How y'all doing this morning? Let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear right now. Let me go ahead and try to get one of these monitors working to see if you guys can see how your boy doing over here. Guess what? It's your boy Boogotti NYC, and yes, you have chimed into the right place. This is our bottom line, where you come for trending topics, current events, and the health and wellness section. Hope you guys are doing really good right now. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. It's Tuesday, you guys. Wake up, wake up, wake up. The holiday's over. It's time to get to work. It's my favorite days of the week, Monday and Tuesday. That's when everybody's like, oh my God, I can't get up. I'm so tired. I'm still feeling it from the weekend. How everybody doing out there? I just want to say what's up. I see a lot of my people are still out on vacation, still enjoying the summer. How's everybody doing out there? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Casey, I ain't talked to you in a while. I see they shouting you out, so you must be in the building. I don't know if you got, okay, Miss Swanza, thank you so much for stepping up since Baddie's on vacation right now to let me know that you guys can hear me. I hope you guys are feeling good. I know you got a lot of storms happening out there. We got a lot of floods going on everywhere. But let me tell you what I've been dealing with. I've been dealing with news constantly changing, updating. I'm talking about overnight. Can't even hardly sleep with how fast things are changing. And so many things, so many categories across the world. I almost have enough for 3 episodes. I could actually do 2 episodes today and tomorrow and still be straight. It's crazy, a lot going on, you guys. But you know what we're gonna do right now, right? We're gonna be thankful that we got today. We're gonna get you guys all up in here. Why? Because we got to get those prayers in the air. We want to pray for happiness, want to pray for love, want to pray for family. I want to pray for understanding. I want to pray for good health. I want to pray for respect. Can't forget to pray for all, for our love, let's just say wholesomeness and to be true to each other. Let's just say that. Let's just say that right there, you guys. Let's pray for our families as well as our animals. Who we praying for this morning? Let's see who we praying for this morning. Jack Welsh, we got you in here. I saw you, El Jadero, Liberty and Justice, Miss Swanza, School to Ginger. Jonathan is in the building this morning. Who else we got in here? Jack Welshins, VG5P. I see you in here this morning. Sam Champion, how you doing, brother? Miss Swans is in here too, helping out with the sound check. Who else we got in here right now? Miss Keisha, okay, Liberty and Justice. Also, Miss Swanza, hope you guys are still hanging in there. God bless you and the fam. Tony Wright, can't forget about you as well. Winter Rising. Okay, who else we got in there? Jonathan Burke. Can't forget about Jack Welshins. Yeah, I got the name right this time. Liberty and Justice. I see you. Who that? Winter Rising. Okay, I see Miss Keisha 053 in the building too. Who else we got in the building right now? Choo Choo. Good morning, Turbo Munch, as well as OG Kicks. Okay, the G Spot 85. Okay, 85. Okay, I see you up in here this morning, Mark Dorfman. Okay, Angels Among Us and Jeffrey Spilker, always shouting you out. Tony Wright, El Jadero. Can't forget about Winter Rising. Okay, can't forget about myself, Winter Rising. Justin, Jordan, Jeffrey. Can't forget about Colessive. Can't forget about Angels Among Us. And we're going to just go with that one song right now, as well as Luigi and 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy, Ginger, also Jonathan, and OG Kicks. Okay, you guys, amen. Because time doesn't wait for no man. Let's see where we're at right now. Is it? Almost. So let's go ahead and get it ready, you guys. I hope you guys are ready. Come on in, come on in. Hit that like button on the way in, even if you guys already did, just to let more people know that the show is starting. It's time to get going, you guys. I'm ready to go. Can you go ahead and get to your number so I can start singing this song? Because I'm ready to get to it. We got a lot to cover today, you guys. Come on, come on, come on. We're waiting. I could have kept on going with more prayers. How about that? I'm trying to get this thing going this morning. Okay, let's see where we're at right now. Come, okay, now we can do it. Cause I'm ready to go. I said, they're ready to go. Now it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. Whoa. And we wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it should be 6 o'clock here right about now. But let's make sure. Come on, let's start the show. We're ready to go. Come on. It's mm, yeah. Now it's time to hold on a minute. Now it's time to open up those pores. It's time to open up those pores. It's time to open up those. It's Wednesday the 7th, y'all. That's right, y'all. 2026. Six. Said I'm your host, Boogotti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Yes, y'all, let's keep on going because we made it another day. I'm just so happy to be here. Another one. Yes, Lord, this is a separate one for me. Thank you for my health. Thank you for happiness. And thank you for another day to be here with my people here at Our Bottom Line. I could have been feeling terrible. Amen. But I tell you one thing, once I come here, this is the place to be for me. Turns my whole day around because we get a whole lot done and we can get down to the bottom line of what we got to do. Then I can do everything else that I got to do. But right now, it's time to get into a whole lot of trending topics, current events, and much, much more. So without any further ado, you know what I'm going to say right now? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I need you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I love to see those flags flying in the air. Gives me a mental memory of where I need to be going to check into. Of course, like I said before, we're going to be going to Australia, China, all types of places. We go everywhere. Wherever there's a TV, YouTube, internet connection that picks us up, we go there. That's what we're talking about, you guys. And not only that, do me a favor. Let's try to stay on topic because it really helps the show to keep on having good content, not just up here and with me, but with you guys, because I feed off of you. When you say certain things, we be able to go back and forth, we can build on it, and it just makes for so much of a better show. We've been proving that for the last couple of weeks as well as months, going against the grain no matter what. It's your boy Boogotti NYC. It's time to get into it, you guys. Again, not even gonna wait, because you know what it's time to do. Let's get into these titles. Let's go. Let's do what we got to do right now, you guys. Trump. Will Trump's already bad relationship with NATO affect the meeting's outcome? Because you know wasn't wanting to be a part of NATO anymore as he was president in 45. Came back in 47. I guess he had some recognition, rethinking of the situation. Got us back with NATO, but they didn't move accordingly to the plan when it came down to his movements in Iran. So I don't think that he's feeling the same way about NATO. So that's why the question is up there: will things with NATO affect the meeting's outcome? Let's keep on moving forward. What else do we have here? We got where was his son as Iran shows respect to the fallen supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei? Again, where was his son? They could not find his son, Ali Khamenei, anywhere. I guess he was trying to stay low profile or whatever the case may be. But they were saying that, even though they preserved his body for a number of months, of course, and then, of course, they're saying that his son was not there to recognize him. Let's see what's going on. Last but not least, I don't think I would have been out there either, especially with all of this especially with all of what's going on nowadays. You never know when somebody tries to do something. But anyway, last but not least, we got whatever happened to Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. Anybody remember that little black book that we talked about? Jeffrey Epstein, the little black book where one of the workers at his ranch or one of his workers at one of his places stole that little black book. That's one of the questions that I have to ask you guys today. Whatever happened to that little black book? They keep talking about the files, they talk about redactions, but the little black book has the phone numbers and the names and the dates and everything in it. That's my question. So, you guys, you ready to do it? Let's get into it, you guys. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more. And you can't forget about our health and wellness section. So, what I need you guys to do right now is do what? Grab your water, grab your tea, and your 55 coffee, and get rolling. Because it's time to do our thing right now. We got to get into some real serious situations as it starts to have a lot of worldly events going on right now. We've got these earthquakes going on in Venezuela. We got stuff coming in from China all over the world. The news has been changing drastically, and there's been a lot of weather events. Have you guys been noticing a lot of weather events? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And someone, Choo Choo, says we don't need NATO. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
At most neighborhoods.
They're now up to 3,500 deaths, and they're still looking for more people. This is a recovery effort at this time when it comes down to Venezuela. Let's keep on going, you guys.
Tens of thousands of buildings collapsed. After two back-to-back earthquakes hit Venezuela, more than 30,000 people have been reported missing, according to an independent citizen-run online registry. Among them, Pedro Veloz and Alejandrina de Veloz. They lived on the 7th floor of a building in one of the hardest-hit towns.
Mis abuelos, Pedro y los Medina, y Alejandrina Ramírez de Veloz, residían en Ritasol Palace.
They're super friendly. Like we're always having a super close family.
Their grandchildren, Valeria Veloz, who lives in Spain, and Pedro Veloz, who lives in Orlando, Florida, say they're living a nightmare. Now, as international rescue crews have begun to leave Venezuela and some sites are even being demolished, they're worried they'll never be able to get their grandparents' remains back.
We just want to find the bodies and just, like just get them and cremate them or, bury them or, like as everybody should when they pass.
International rescue workers told the Veloz family 10 large plates of concrete would have to be lifted to try to find them.
We're still waiting for the telescopic machinery to be able to remove the biggest concrete.
Part of their agony for 12 days is trying to find a crane or heavy machinery to remove that debris. And they're not alone. NBC News has spoken to other families in La Guaira who are also in desperate need to find loved ones. Some told us operators have charged as much as $2,000. In other cases, there's no diesel to operate them, and many others have warned against crane operators who don't have the necessary experience. A crane used in the search for Gladys Rio and Crescencio Merota appeared to have done more harm than good, according to their son.
As soon as the machine started to work, it destroyed the main columns and it left the structure weakened. Now it's so hard to get in. We don't want to put lives at risk.
Velez says the current government of Venezuela has failed to help the many victims of the quakes.
They were pretty slow, and also at least on the building that my grandparents are in, they didn't have nobody until like the fourth day.
Oh God, you guys, terrible tragedies. And yes, I have to make sure that we're not forgetting all of the people that are actually suffering on both sides of that when it comes down to the people that lost their lives, as well as the first responders. There's dogs out there as far as Godiva dogs, trying to make sure that they can find whoever they can recover. Want to pray for all of these families here. This is some of the most important news, of course. All types of other stuff is going on in the world today, but these world tragedies right here and these events right here, earthquakes and stuff, we can't get around this, and there's nothing that we can do about it. I want to pray for their strength. I want to pray for them to get closure, and hopefully they are able to retrieve as many of the people as possible. We ask that today, Father God. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now not only there's issues, we got to get on over to China, where there's flood waters overwhelming the communities after a dam breaches in China. Now, the reason I'm showing you guys this news is because if you think about it, I know you guys are dealing with a lot of floods in your place in North Carolina, all down in different places, like let's say my people over in Staten Island got flooded. Different places in the Carolinas, I know that's happening a lot. Florida, Miami, Midwest is going crazy right now too. I understand that Houston even got hit. these people, it's really bad for them because there's like major numbers of lives that have been lost, catastrophic numbers. Let's keep on moving forward now. Let's get on over, see what's going on with these flood waters that are overwhelming China.
Of dam failures and reservoir breaches has left an estimated 170,000 people under imminent threats across southern China. Days of relentless torrential rainfall brought by the remnants of Typhoon Mais.
So now when I think about all of these local storms, all of these local weather events, and then I look at this, I'm like, yo, this is happening all over the world. What's going on here, guys? Talk to me. What's up? Look at this.
Has completely overwhelmed water management infrastructure in Guangxi province, forcing emergency management officials in the wide Nanning region to upgrade the disaster response to level 1, the highest possible alert status. The situation deteriorated rapidly when the primary dam structure at the Luluan Reservoir, the largest medium-sized water storage facility in the area with a capacity of over 93 million cubic meters, suffered 2 partial collapses. Terrified eyewitnesses captured video of a colossal wall of water tearing through the fractured facility. Downstream, the impact was instantaneous and devastating. The Doge completely swallowed local villages, submerging residential neighborhoods and commercial warehouses all the way up to their roofs. 3 other reservoirs in that
all the way up to the roofs.
Hangzhou City, Yangbao and Sancha and Shangyang suffered severe overtopping and structural breaches, while critical spilling was also reported at nearby.
So the rivers and the streets and everything are same level now, you guys. Everything out there, same level.
Reservoir in Binyang County. Trapped residents reported that rising floodwaters have cut off roads, severed communication lines, and knocked out local power grids, leaving thousands mortared over upper floors without food or basic supplies. Meteorologists warn that the storm system is projected to dump heavy rainfall across Guangxi through the Tuesday before tracking northward towards heavily populated central and eastern provinces.
That's the same thing they told me about over in Staten Island. They said it's going to keep on raining. People were telling me over there that the water's not even coming in from the rivers. It's coming up out of the ground because the water, the ground is so soaked, it's just coming straight out of the ground. Everybody who's dealing with these floods, I do not know. What I can tell you guys, it's crazy here. Everywhere you look, there's a lot of flooding going on. This does not even feel like summer. It changed from a heat wave to now a flooding event. Everybody out there, I know everybody's running for pumps. Everybody's trying to get their sub pumps and stuff like that. You guys be as careful as possible, and please just be careful out there when it comes down to the flooding, because you got to watch out for a lot of electrical events as well as electric fires. I'm gonna pray for you guys and every single person that's dealing with this. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's see what we got going on with some politics now, because we got President Trump now that's ringing the bell with Scott Bessent introducing new Trump accounts. The opening of Trump accounts with a ceremonial ringing of the bell. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's see what's going on. We got to catch up to a lot of news, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on right now. Wait a minute. Hold on. Boom, boom, boom. Did we keep that? No, we didn't keep that because we went all the way over to NATO instead, because he went to NATO. We didn't want to waste time on the bell. Actually, he went to NATO because that ringing of the bell, it got trumped, no pun intended. So we're going to go over and see what Trump's doing when he's headed over to the NATO and to see what's going on with this summit. A little more important than that other one. I had to actually do a lot of editing this morning, you guys, because like I said, news was changing like this.
Leaders of NATO countries, the White House's relationships with some key allies are under strain over defense spending, Russia's war in Ukraine, and the Iran war.
And national correspondent H+OUR reports.
Aboard the new Air Force One, President Trump flies to Turkey with a long list of grievances for NATO allies.
We were disappointed with the UK, we were disappointed with Germany and France, we were disappointed with...
This is what you guys were talking about in the comments, so that's why I had to bring it up, because this is today, it's brand new.
Since Spain is a hardship.
Still irritated NATO countries didn't heed his call to assist in the Iran war, the president also accusing allies of not carrying their weight in the military alliance. Topping the agenda at the Ankara summit, members are expected to demonstrate how they will ramp up their defense spending to 5% of their nation's GDP by 2035, a pledge made last year in The Hague. more than double the previous 2% standard.
After years of underinvestment, we are producing real capabilities. European allies and Canada are now on a trajectory to equalize the defense spending with the United States.
Of the 32 member countries, the U.S. is the top contributor by dollar amount. When measured by share of GDP, the U.S. trails behind Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and Norway.
This is probably why they were like, well, if we're going to be paying the most, how come you guys can't come help us out when we need you?
Also looming over the summit, Russia's more than 4-year-long invasion of Ukraine.
And let me be clear, all allies need to pull their weight so that our support to Ukraine continues to flow.
Intelligence once again indicates that the Russians are preparing a new massive strike. This is typical of Putin. Right after America's Independence Day and before the NATO summit in Ankara, Russia wants to bring more evil and kill people.
President Trump set to meet with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on the sidelines of the summit.
Because remember, the other day, Zelensky said that they want to be able to make their own Patriots. They want to be able to make their own Patriot missiles in order to defend themselves. And Trump saying it's okay will probably get NATO to go ahead and second it so that they can make their own Patriot missiles out there in Ukraine. Remember that the other day, right?
Ukraine facing a shortage of U.S.-made Patriot air defense missiles, leaving them more vulnerable to Russian strikes.
We understand that the political will of the United States would certainly be enough to make up for the Patriot shortage. But so far, there is not enough of that support.
We'll also be watching for any comments President Trump might make about reducing American military capabilities in Europe.
You have a real good point right there, Lee Davis, because it is time for us to stop paying for the world's defense. They can pay for their own defense. Not only that, it's one of the most expensive things. Defense and war are the most expensive things that we wind up paying for. Now that we done covered this topic pretty heavy and we staying on topic, I appreciate that. We can keep on moving forward and double tap that screen to get those likes up, because now we got some information coming up from the president directly when he's talking from the Rose Garden over here. He basically covers much about the war or also where the country is at economically. Let's keep on moving forward, double tap that screen to get those likes up. Like I said, we got a lot to cover today.
Lee Greenwood, wow, has he been great? That's been with me a long time, that song. We won 3 elections with that song. And we have a country that's a much different place than it was just a
Miss Chocolate says that the U.S. is the world's cleanup crew.
short while ago. We have the hottest stock market in history. We did great the first time. We had the greatest economic numbers ever in history for the first term, and I think we're going to be blowing them away. What do you think, David? You agree? Goldman Sachs, David's here. We're going to be blowing them away. These numbers are all over the country. We have factories rising, $19.2 trillion investment. And please sit down, please. I appreciate you standing up. And anytime you want to stand up and cheer, that's okay too. But we have a lot of very big people here. They don't get up and cheer too often, but they're very happy with what's happening, and we're doing very well. As you know, Venezuela was amazing, and we're getting along great with Venezuela. We paid for the war many times over, and Venezuela's doing better. The relationship is very, very good. And
I know, but we try to go as far as we can over here beyond.
We're doing very well with Iran. We wiped out their Navy, their Air Force, their radar, their leaders. We wiped out everybody. And then I heard they're doing very well. No, they're not doing well at all. They want to make a deal so badly. But we'll see what happens. They have to make the right deal because they cannot have a nuclear weapon. They cannot have a nuclear weapon. It's very simple. You want to see a bad stock market? Let them use a nuclear weapon. I'll show you a bad stock market, right? So, but we're doing very well. They've agreed to a lot of things that a lot of people said they wouldn't agree to. We'll see what happens. We're going to win one way or the other. We'll win the nice way or the not nice way. But I want to welcome everybody to the Rose Garden. What you're sitting on, the stone, is sort of a replica of the color of the White House. This was grass, and I love grass, but you know, the White House was built on a wetland, and the grass was always very wet. And if you were sitting here right now, your shoes would be destroyed. You would be extremely unhappy with me. You'd want to leave. The men wouldn't like it, but the women would, with their beautiful, I won't name the group, but you know what I'm talking about, those extremely high heels. They'd be sinking into, I used to go at the quicksand. It was a quicksand pit.
All right, we got to keep on going. Can't keep, we got to get on to it, man. We got some real important stuff to cover. I mean, real important stuff to keep going and talking about, you guys. That's what you got directly from the president, NATO, and what he said from the Rose Garden. Okay, let's keep on going, you guys. We got to get on over to Iran as they honor their former supreme leader, the Ayatollah, and his son, as they say, was nowhere to be found. But at the same time, they're still putting out threats about this situation here. They're saying that Israel and the Americans will pay. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. You can't not pay attention to what's going on with this.
Iran is continuing to hold funeral ceremonies for the former supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He was killed by a U.S.-Israeli strike back in February, you'll remember. Well, today, thousands of mourners have taken to the streets of Tehran for a 12-hour funeral procession. His burial is set to take place Thursday. CBS News Middle East contributor Courtney Keeley joins us now for a bit of analysis on this. Courtney, good morning. Senior Iranian officials made appearances during funeral events, which we might expect. This included 3 of the former Supreme Leader's sons, but there was no sign of his successor. What do you make of that?
Well, I've been hearing rumors since the early days of the war, since this airstrike, that Mojtaba Khomeini, the successor, who is now the supreme leader since his father has been killed, is really injured, possibly maimed. We have not heard.
I think that's the reason. It could be, if it's true. That's why he doesn't want to come out in public, because if he's lost a limb or hurt himself, he doesn't want people to see that.
His voice in audio tapes, and we have not seen any visible signs of him. Some say that he's in hiding because, that he could be assassinated, but there are a lot of leaders out today, including his brothers, including Iranian Revolutionary Guards, including representatives of Hezbollah and Hamas, all at this funeral procession and all of these important days that are leading up to the burial of Ali Khamenei.
And he wasn't even like that. They said that he wasn't even into politics and all of that, but I guess he just inherited it because he's the son. He probably got a job that he did not want to take, and then once he got a limb blown off, man, listen, I'm not going back out there. I'm out of here, if anything. Now, where's the man that can switch my face? How about that? Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys, because we got to keep on moving. I told you it's a lot of stuff happening out there all around the world. Let's get on over to this Flamingo Revolution protest in Albania. They call for the prime minister to resign. Why? Because Kushner is over there trying to make some resorts, and they're not happy about it, you guys. They're really not. They're trying to knock down the doors on this one. They're pushing back in a heavy way. Check this out, you guys. Large protests in Albania over these luxury real estate developments that's backed by Jared Kushner.
Thousands of protesters in Albania clashing with police in large and violent demonstrations. Rocks, eggs, and plastic bottles being hurled. Police responding with tear gas, pepper spray, and even a water cannon. The protests have been dubbed the Flamingo Revolution, now a rallying cry against the political elite. Triggered about a month ago by a luxury real estate development plan backed by President Trump's daughter Ivanka and her husband Jared Kushner.
I'm going to say this first so you guys can play along with me. I didn't find out until I heard the whole thing, but I want you guys to think about it while you're listening to this. Do you think that this is a play that he was trying to be a part of NATO via doing something with them, maybe getting cool with Trump? Let's say that. Let's say that the prime minister thought like, maybe if we let them do this, we'll be able to get into NATO or be a part of, the world economy now, because we're not. They're trying to be friends now. They're trying to commercialize. Could that be part of it? That's just my question.
The reason I'm here is because of the project investment that is going to take place in Sverdas, Laura.
Ivanka, keep your hands away from Nartan.
Which is going to be financed by Jared Kushner and Trump.
The government supportive of the plan facing huge backlash after agreeing with the proposal to build high-end hotels, apartments, villas, and resorts on a wildlife reserve and a currently uninhabited island in Albania.
I can't stand this. Somebody said it too. I'm going right along with you. Me and you gonna rock out and say this the same time together. Winter rising, boom, this is why you're here and this is why we rock. I can't believe that they said they discovered this beautiful island. It was never lost. That's just like another people that did that, right? Hey, look at this. We discovered this new land over here. By the way, I'm Christopher Columbus. Who are these people running around here? How are you going to discover something if they're going to teach you how to live? Okay, let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. I got to rewind this a little bit because I want to bring back Winter Rising's point right here. Let's go to about right there.
We were on a friend's boat and we stopped for a swim. Effectively, that's how we found it. We swam to the islands. We went on a hike barefoot all the way up to the top, and we were just captivated. But the outcry from protesters.
Yeah, you guys, that's kind of anorexic for those likes. I know you guys like the show so far. Casey, I'm thankful for you calling it out. Let's go ahead and get those likes up to let people know that we're over here. Let's go, you guys. I know you're tired. I know you still got the little stuff in your eye. You just turned over, hit your phone. We appreciate that. But what we really appreciate too is if you can double tap that screen. Boop, let's go ahead and pick up the phone, right? Double tap that screen and get those likes up. It gets many more people over here. And if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Even if you have already become a member, make sure that you hit that like button. If you've already done that, we get it. But the people that are here watching, it gets more people over here to get educated on what we have going on with the show. And trust me, we have a lot of educational things as well. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. When you double tap, that's how you get the likes up. That's why we say that. Let's keep going.
Centers on the environmental impact and concerns over the animals that inhabit the Adriatic coast.
We want transparency. We want to protect our nature.
As the demonstrations have grown, so has their message. Protesters now calling for the Prime Minister to step down.
That was just the spark that ignited the fire that started this massive protest.
We are here to protect Albania from the most corrupt government in Europe. Not only in Europe, but all over the world.
The Prime Minister, a former professional basketball player, writing on social media, the beautiful protest of citizenship, patriotism, and cleanliness has now given way to the old film of conflict, quarrel, violence. The government argues the development could transform the former communist nation as it continues its decade-long push to gain EU membership. But a member of
Trying to gain that EU membership.
the EU Parliament says Albania is, quote, playing with fire by pursuing this real estate deal and could throw its EU application in jeopardy.
So instead of helping their application, that could actually hurt them from getting brought into the EU. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go, because we got another state of emergency that's being declared right here in Wood County. That's due to a Parkersburg warehouse fire. Crazy. Let's go, you guys.
Planes shooting into the sky. Black smoke seen billowing into the air for miles. This fire was burning well into the evening in Parkersburg. The flames were ripping through the building the entire day. You can see the parts of the building ravaged by the fire. They also appear to be melting from the intense heat that was
Like it's collapsing. That's crazy.
going on.
This is in West Virginia, you guys.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Lane Ball. We have crews working through the night, and 13 News
Now that's a fire. Yeah.
reporter Savannah Young has been on scene all evening. She joins us now live with the latest information. Savannah, what can you tell us right now?
Yeah, Lane, there are so many emergency crews around me as we speak. They say they're bringing water tankers into the area to try and control the scene a little bit more. As of this evening, I was told that there was actually still flames. So the fire was still going as of 5 p.m. Governor Patrick Morrisey declared a state of emergency in Wood County earlier this evening. His office says the West Virginia Department of Environmental Protection is on the scene, continuing to conduct air quality monitoring around the incident using portable monitors and have not detected any air quality.
So now what they're doing is using portable air monitors to detect what's in that smoke to see if it's going to be harmful.
Requiring additional protective actions. The state has also requested assistance from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, which has deployed additional air monitoring equipment. Governor Morrisey was at the scene today, and here is what he had to say.
I just want to make sure when there are really difficult challenges that areas of the state face, they know that the state is going to have their back. And that's why I'm here today.
Seems like a big enough space to put another data center at, huh?
over 23 different agencies. Fire departments have come from all over to really try to put the fire out. Premature to say, what's coming out, but we're obviously, the moment we get information, we're going to share that. We know that the EPA is coming in and they're going to be doing tests. When that information is available, we're happy to share it. We want the public to know as much as
Governor Morrissey said, the EPA is going to be air monitoring and still is as we speak.
Glad you're feeling better, Jack. Glad you're feeling better. God bless you. God bless you.
With Metro 911 told me they are waiting on the air quality details from the EPA. So we are still actively awaiting those details.
What's up, Booker John?
To see where the quality lies for the air out here in this area in Wood County. I'm Savannah Young for 13 News.
Just keep on going, you guys. I told you, it's a lot going on everywhere. And look, y'all be like, oh, don't stop telling us about the crime and all of that. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're right. You're right. Let's get some world events going on. Because we done had fires. We done had floods. You had floods locally where you guys are at. So that's why I'm talking about, we think we dealing with something. Lord have mercy. Look at this BJ's roof as it collapses in New Jersey. Let's go. Check this out.
It's flooding in Asbury Park. This is a view from a drone flying over Lake and Grand Avenues, where Wesley Lake is simply a lake. News Source Chris Glorioso is there to give us a closer look. Chris.
And it just...
This fucking Sodom and Gomorrah or something out here that we don't know about, you guys? Is there something going on? What's going on, y'all?
started to rain ever so slightly
Casey, talk to me.
here in Asbury Park, but nothing like it was before. It really does feel sort of like the calm after the...
You can't do that today, Booker John. We on every platform today. We done been to that one. We've been to 5. We've been to 4. We on every platform. And check this out, John. What we don't do over here on our bottom line, we don't get caught up in the networks. We get caught up in the message. And then we as human beings and as adults go check and see if that information is correct. Even if we play all Fox, all 4, it's not about what we're watching. It's about the message, and we can do our own investigation. And that's why you guys are in the chat, to go ahead and do those extra investigations and chime in and see if we believe what these people are talking about. We know we are really good at understanding the story of the boy who cried wolf. We know not to run every time, but we investigate just to make sure there could be a wolf. Let's keep on going.
The storm, things are starting to dry out. But as you say, take a look back there. You can see a major portion of Lake Avenue here in Asbury Park still covered by water.
I see why they call it Lake Avenue.
In Asbury Park, it is now hard to distinguish Lake Avenue from Wesley Lake. The afternoon drenching sent lake water spilling onto the pavement. And because this body of water is so close to the Atlantic Ocean, it'll take a while to recede. Flash floods dotted the Jersey Shore Monday, leaving some drivers overwhelmed. For first responders in Oakhurst, Ocean County, it was not a day to keep your uniform dry.
Literally thigh-high water. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. Look, LOL, Booker John says Lake Avenue. Yeah.
After his car was
Jack Welsh.
This driver had to be escorted to safety. And this was just one of many roads suddenly flooded by downpours near the Jersey Shore.
Probably the smartest thing to do to try to save your motor. You don't want your motor to be encased in that water because it's a wrap. And if that water is under your door, 9 times out of 10 it's going to get into your car and tear up the bottom of your car because it's never going to dry correctly. So now you're driving on a rusty flatbed. It's crazy.
It's bad all over. Lights are out. There's traffic everywhere.
Some drivers took chances on water-covered roads. Others, like Ron, played it safe. Were you thinking about trying to get across that water there?
No, not at all.
Exacerbating the driving dangers, drainage systems that got clogged or simply could not handle the volume of water that rained down in a matter of minutes Monday. The deluge impacting businesses too. This executive chef was effectively trapped in his own home, unable to get to work. His restaurant temporarily shut down.
Supposed to go to work, I'm stuck here. I can do nothing, you know?
First responders in southern Monmouth County and northern Ocean counties, especially reporting multiple rescues of people who were stranded inside their vehicles. But the good news, at least at this point, we're not hearing of any injuries, and things, as I said, are starting to drive out. First responders do want to point out this is not going to be the last summertime storm we see, and they want to reiterate, if you cannot see the pavement, just don't drive over it.
If you cannot see the pavement, just don't drive over it. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be submerged and your car going to be like, womp, womp, womp. There you go, you guys. I hope you guys, let's pray for everybody over here that they get through that, and let's hope that their cars are safe. Everybody that's dealing with these floods, and we want to pray to the Lord and thank him that there were no people that got hurt. Because we don't just pray for the bad to step in and help us, Lord. We pray for the good. Amen. Yeah, because it could have been much worse. Where we at? We got some more? Oh, yeah. You know how we do it. We can't not go there if we don't go here. And if I can make it there, I'll make it. Bum, bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Because guess what? Vinny, this is a shout out to you, buddy. All my people out in Staten Island, all of my people with basements, all of my people in Brooklyn with those 2-family houses that are getting flooded as well. Don't think that we don't recognize you guys as well, and bring it back on local. Let's bring it back on local, because the storms cause wind damage and flooding across New York City as well. You guys, Chicago got hit. Everywhere you talk about got hit. Everywhere.
This morning, as intense rainfall moving through our area, leaving the threat of flash flooding throughout the day.
We want to check in with Jessica Formoso. She is live in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn this morning with what's going on out there, Jessica.
Good morning, Dan. It has stopped raining since we last spoke about 30 minutes ago, but it was pouring earlier in the morning, and officials are telling us that it's going to be on and off rain throughout the day, which could make for a messy morning commute. They're talking about flash flooding and even wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour.
50 miles per hour. So this is what I keep on telling you guys. When you're walking outside, you have to be very careful. You don't have to worry about debris as much as you have to worry about other things. That construction sign over there, those signs that are on those buildings, they have to be nailed down a certain way. Why? Because when wind starts to pick up, a street sign or a road sign, imagine that flying through the air at 50 miles per hour. That's when we call impalement, and situations like that start to happen. You guys also have to be careful about these structures over the buildings, because a lot of them start to take on water and they start to get weak. Be careful out there, you guys. Pay attention to everything.
Aside from the flooding that we saw here in Bensonhurst earlier, we're also seeing trees down throughout the area here, the tri-state area. Let's go ahead and take a look at this video, because this is in Queens. This is South Richmond Hill. You can see that tree on top of that car blocking the roadway. And then you are seeing there that flooding here in Bensonhurst earlier this morning. Mayor Mamdani urging New Yorkers to be prepared. The city has...
So if you got a sub pump, you got a shop vac, I'm guaranteeing you, you've been using that sub pump like crazy. That shop vac has been pumping all night. Vinny, man, I'm sorry I'm not out there to help you, but I'm hoping that it does subside. He told me he was going to keep on going up until like today too. Let's keep on, you guys. We got more to go over. I told you, it was a lot of news to cover today. Let's get all the way over to Utah, because Erica Kirk and the family, they finally get a chance to go into court to get some preliminary information and see what's going to happen with this guy. What's his name again? I forgot his name, not even important. But anyway, they weren't even able to, because of the simple fact that the video that they started to show was so, cringeworthy, that they just got up and left. They were promised that they weren't going to show the video of the actual powing of their loved one, Charlie Kirk. But guess what? They started to play it. They couldn't sit there and watch it. They stepped out. Few things happened in this in the course of the proceedings. Want to go right into it, you guys, and let's see what's going on over here. Let's go.
Another top story for us this hour. A preliminary hearing is now back underway in the Charlie Kirk assassination case. Kirk's parents and...
Good one. I like that. Floyd Shirley says, remember, with love, you can build anything, or rebuild, or invest and try to help out as much too. You ever see, like I always tell you guys about the animals when they're sick, when you help them and you show love, that actually helps them out and they get another chance at life. Love is a very powerful thing. which is why I try to include it in every one of our daily prayers.
Widow Erica are coming face to face this afternoon with the man who is accused of killing him for the very first time. Prosecutors now revealing some key evidence in the most detailed look yet into last September's deadly shooting. Let's go to Matt Finn. He's live right outside the courthouse in Provo, Utah. Matt, what can you tell us?
Well, for the past hour or two, the prosecution has been questioning its first witness, a police officer who was on the campus of Utah Valley University last September when Charlie was shot and killed. When the officer started describing the moments that he heard the gunfire that likely killed Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk and Charlie's parents left the courtroom. Tyler Robinson inside has been closely paying attention to the testimony and exhibits. And earlier, Fox captured Charlie's widow, Erica Kirk, arriving to court flanked by security. Arriving separately are Charlie's parents. This is the first time Erica Kirk has attended one of the court proceedings here. Our reporter in the courtroom says Erica is sitting next to Charlie's mom, and Erica put her head on the shoulder of Charlie's mom at one point. Also, Donald Trump Jr. inside the courtroom. Arriving earlier, Robinson's family, and what we believe is Robinson being transported in an armored vehicle to court, which has become the norm. Now, Robinson's defense tried multiple strategies to get the possibility of the death sentence off the table and also to delay the preliminary hearing. But last week, the Utah Supreme Court denied 3 appeals by Robinson's legal team, which paved the way for the prelim to begin today. Tyler Robinson is charged with aggravated murder in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. The state keeps warning there's going to be graphic evidence that's presented. Today, Judge Graff said he would like the camera to turn away from these disturbing exhibits so they're not broadcast on live TV.
I got you. Somebody says Marley X says who's that? Lee Davis, Marley X. I didn't cry at my father's funeral. Does that mean that I don't care? You have to remember that different cultures grieve differently. Yeah, we understand that. I understand that, Lee. Totally do. Okay, let's keep going.
Kirk was murdered September 10th last year. Investigators say Tyler Robinson shot Kirk with a rifle and then in text messages confessed to his roommate lover, Lance Twiggs. Twiggs texted last year, "Why?" Robinson replied, "Why did I do it?" Twiggs said, "Yeah." Robinson explained, "I had enough of his hatred. Some hate cannot be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence." And we have a new statement from Erica Kirk and Charlie's family. It reads in part, "Every court proceeding serves as a painful reminder of his death and the loss that has irrevocably impacted our lives and the lives of his children." A few hours into day 1 of this preliminary hearing right now, it's expected to go through the week. Back to you.
Oh boy, yeah, I see we got a rent freeze going on in New York right now. That's why we got this folio right there up here. You see him? You see him right there? Oh, you guys want me to do it the other way. Okay. Mom dummy, na is a super cat, na he's a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na he's a dumb dummy, na is a super cat, na he's a dumb dummy, dummy. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. That's right, we had to get back over to New York. I already said the other song. I wanted to use this one because we got warnings. Because guess what? Zorhan Mamdani is back on the loose. In New York, the housing crisis is about to get worse. Well, at least that's what they're saying. Come on, you guys. As you know, there's been a rent freeze on 1- and 2-year leases for so far. But what's about to happen to the rest of the people out there?
Lola joins me now. Congressman, are you going to let them cover this up? Are you going to allow the Democrats to just cover it all up and ignore it?
Absolutely not. And as I said last year, Zohran Mamdani would become the face of the Democratic Party.
I'm really working on it, XX. I'm really working on making that a whole song. I'm not even playing. I'm dead serious I'm looking for the beat right now. Mom dummy, na is a supercut, nana use a dumb dummy. You get it? Nana use a dumb dummy, because he's a dumb dummy.
He would be the most political mayor in the history of New York City, and he would use his power at City Hall to help elect radical socialists across New York. And that is precisely what he did. It wasn't just 3 members of Congress to be. It was state legislators. They defeated half a dozen incumbent state legislators on primary night. So they are working to remake the Democratic Party. They've made it very clear. Bernie Sanders made it clear. AOC has made it clear. Zohran Mamdani has made it clear. They view the Democratic Party as a vehicle to advance this radical socialism. They want to abolish the police. They want to abolish ICE. They want open borders. They want
Zorhan Mamdani. Why I can't say his name correct? I think it's funny you act like you know something, but you can't pronounce Zorhan's name correctly. Why can't I say Zorhan Mamdani? I've been typing it for months. Zorhan. Zorhan. Mom, Mamdani. Donnie. Mamdani. Fun to
want to shut down prisons and let criminals back out onto the streets. They want to take away private property rights and ownership. And you saw just what they did this week with quote unquote freezing the rent. What they don't tell you is that their freezing the rent policies have created over 100,000 vacant units in New York City. So if you're actually trying to house people, if you're actually trying to make housing more affordable, what they are doing is the exact opposite.
How did they do that? What do you mean? How did they make 100,000 apartments vacant now and unaffordable? Because if those apartments are going to be rent frozen and the landlord's not going to be able to make any money off of them, instead of him putting money into them to develop them or fix them, he's not even going to do that. He's going to deal with the rents that he's already getting and not even worry about that. He'll actually take the losses on those units instead of paying money to fix those units and getting a new tenant in there for those units who he may still have to keep on doing more repairs for. They're trying to make a profit in this business, not make a profit. You get what I'm saying, you guys? And a lot of people say, hey, why don't they just lower the rent? We think the same, but if you lower the rent, you lower the property value. Their goal is to make more money, not less. Think about it, you guys. We got to think about it from the business standpoint.
They are creating a calamity in New York's housing market.
I just want to bring President Trump into this. He says that New York City's rent freeze will be, I'm using his words, an epic disaster. What's that?
Tax write-off for empty units, says Beyond Ether. I ain't even think about that. You're right about that. They get a certain amount of tax breaks for the empty units too. You're right.
What the mayor doesn't say is that these buildings will soon turn into ghettos and slums and that everybody will continue leaving New York. And as this spreads throughout the country, very much like an uncontrollable form of cancer, the country itself will be taken down. It will be third world, strictly third world. And it's happened many times before to very big and very powerful countries. But it's not going to happen to the United States of America.
You know, the president there, he has some pretty harsh words. Would he go that far?
Yeah, but what he's talking about there is specific to the fact that you have private property ownership and they are putting rent controls in place and capping the ability of private owners to charge a certain amount. However, they are requiring them to modernize and upgrade the apartments. And so what has happened in New York for a number of years now is that these property owners are saying, we're not going to upgrade the apartment. We're not going to fill it. We'll take the tax write-off. And so you've created this situation where you have over 100,000 vacant units now in New York City. It's outrageous.
Because why would they spend more money when they're not going to do any ROI? What does the ROI stand for, you guys? Y'all know what the ROI stands for. Return on investment. Why would I spend my money and I'm not going to make no return on my investment when I can just take the tax break? So yes, again, Mr. Mamdani, now is a supercut, now use a dami. That's why we made the song especially for you. Let's keep on moving forward over to Washington because we got the all around the world the same. We're going to have the same crew go right back and deal with the reflective pool. I'm not sure if I think that's a good idea. I think they need to have a couple of people go in there and take that water out of there and find out what's going on with the source of what's happening and then determine what they really need to do about it. Because maybe they just can't put paint down there. You never know. And you may need more curing time, you know, more time to let the paint dry and not do a rush job just because you want to make a certain date. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
The Trump administration says it's moving quickly to repair the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool again.
That could be the problem.
After its newly installed liner began peeling apart. The plan? hire the very same company that installed it in the first place. Here's Interior Secretary Doug Burgum on CNN.
We'll use the same company because they did a fantastic job.
Did they, though? The reflecting pool underwent a $16 million renovation this spring to fix long-standing leaks, repair joints, and install a new system designed to fight algae. But just
That's a good question right there. Someone says, what has the ROI been for the last 20 years? Good one.
weeks after reopening, the pool developed an unsightly algae bloom, and then visitors started noticing blue sealant peeling off the bottom in sheets. The Trump administration accused vandals of causing the damage, and federal charges have already been filed against one suspect. Meanwhile, some critics suggested President Trump's motorcade may have damaged the new surface when it crossed the pool during construction. Burgum flatly rejected that claim, noting the president did not use the ultra-heavy armored beast limo that usually is part of such a motorcade.
No, I was with him when we came that night. He didn't take the Beast. We were driving in a Cadillac Escalade. It is one of the presidential fleet of cars, but substantially lighter than what you're talking about. And at the time that we were there, they were still putting down the whole base level of this industrial rubber layer was not yet completed. And so there was no damage that night whatsoever.
The Interior Department says crews will drain part of the 6.75 million gallon pool in the coming days to complete the repairs.
Let's keep on going, you guys. We got to go. I told you we had to skip on some other news just to get to some new breaking stuff. I had to skip over a lot of other stuff that's even in the thumbnail, but I have to do what I got to do, especially when it's more important. Some news, it outweighs other news, like this right here. Let's get on over to Miramar. We got a situation in Miami. An influencer, dream doll, Bree. She's been powed, and two other people in a Lamborghini were also wounded in a drive-by in Miramar. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go. Situation here has just happened.
Tonight, the search for a shooter who killed a well-known influencer and wounded two men while in a Lamborghini in Miramar. CBS News Miami obtained surveillance video today that sheds light on some of what happened.
CBS News Miami's Bree Buckley is your reporter working this story live tonight for us in Miramar. Bree.
Home surveillance footage showing the drive-by shooting that killed 21-year-old Brianna Johnson. Police say she was in a green Lamborghini around 5:30 Sunday morning when a white car pulled up, opened fire, and took off. You see the Lamborghini begin to drift and hit the house across the street.
They targeted this particular car for some reason. We're trying to figure out why.
Two men were taken to the hospital in critical condition. Family members tell CBS News Miami that one of the men is Johnson's cousin. They say the other man was shot in the face and had to have his mouth wired shut, but he is out of the hospital now. This all happened near Southwest 27th Court and Sunshine Boulevard in Miramar.
So she was possibly driving a vehicle, and those other guys were passengers in the vehicle. The one in the back got hit in the face. She got hit, and then the other one, he got hit as well. Another thing about this sad situation here is she was an influencer, about 100,000 followers as well. Very young person for something like this to happen to. Sad situation. And I think it happened because of a prior argument or something like that leading up to it.
Police have not released a motive yet, but friends of Johnson tell CBS News Miami that there was some type of altercation at a nearby gas station after a 4th of July house party. Johnson is known online as Dream Doll Bree, where thousands have commented their condolences.
3 bullets can catch anybody. It's not something good to think about. So I hope that, it's just a one-time thing, and then, it led to here.
Some neighbors say they are on edge, worried the barrage of gunfire could have hit someone's home.
Yeah, sad situation right there for her, man. That's bad. It looks like a very young girl right there that lose her life like that driving for a drive-by. Oh man, I can't stay in the house forever, but Lord have mercy, stuff like that just makes me want to just stay in the crib. Want to pray for her, pray for her family, full recovery for the two other guys that were in the vehicle. And you guys, like I said before, a lot of times road rage, we need to go ahead and take the L. We can take the loss. Yeah, you won. You got that. Even in the stores and stuff like that, you never know. Sometimes you have people going crazy in restaurants, Popeyes and all of that. They might be hungry. That's probably the way that they act, you guys. But we got to be better people. We can't feed into it. And how we going to say it? Can't let them cancel us out with their actions. Notice it. Find a way to get away from it and just deal with it and get away from it. Best advice I could try to tell you guys right now, because even if you try to talk to it and try to be, speak kind, Ignorance doesn't understand a lot of stuff when you're trying to understand and talk to somebody. Amen. A lot of times when you're telling people things about, oh, I apologize and maybe we can do this and that, they take that as more adrenaline and they want to take it out on you even more. That's what I'm talking about when I say that. So a lot of times when you even want to talk to somebody and say, hey, let's have a, no, hell with that. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, man, just get up out of there. Road rage, woosah, you know, your car ain't get damaged, get up out of there. Because all of the argument and stuff, it's not even worth it nowadays, for real. Just keep on going, you guys. And don't get mad at me. I told you guys we got a whole lot of different news that we're going to be showing you guys today. And we got different sections of different stuff that's going on. Like right now, we're going to get over to Brooklyn. And we got 8 people that got piled in Coney Island. It's happening at a barbecue. Now, among the victims, there was children out there. That's the sad part about these powings. You know, these people go to try to have a little bit of time to hang out with their families, let the kids run around, and you got other knuckleheads opening pow while the kids are playing. Strollers outside. You guys remember when there was a code, no women, no kids, and don't do nothing around certain times or whatever, Sunday and all of that? Well, I'll tell you, like I told you the other day, Sunday is now just an extension of Saturday, and they don't even care what they do now. Let's go ahead and double tap that screen to get those likes up. I don't even think they worry about their souls anymore, especially the fact that they always talking about, we on demon time, we on demon time.
Overturned grills, scattered chairs, and a bloodstained child's toy car.
See that right there? A blood-stained child's toys car. Like, there's blood inside the car. The little remote control car, it's crazy.
It's all that's left of a barbecue on Surf Avenue that police say ended in gunfire, leaving 8 relatives shot just after 10:30 p.m.
It sounded louder than the fireworks. And then like all I hear is like people screaming and stuff. There was like 50 cops, like a movie scene.
Family members say they were grilling and setting off fireworks when bullets suddenly tore through the courtyard. Police stationed nearby after a shooting days earlier raced to Surf Avenue and West 30th Street with EMS.
My niece got hit, my great nephew, my cousin got hit me in the chest. We didn't realize until everybody ran inside the crib.
So I'm not going to like victim shame or anything like that. I'm not gonna, but I'm nosy. So I went online and I found out if you can barbecue inside of a building or inside of a sidewalk or certain places, you're not supposed to. So first of all, they wasn't even supposed to be barbecuing out there. That's one thing. And a lot of times, man, like go to the park or like, you know what I'm saying? Like nighttime and all that. You might want to do that stuff in the daytime. I get you want to just chill and do your thing at nighttime too, but realize where you're at.
We see blood dripping on the floor.
Investigators say a ski
They're not barbecuing indoors. They were in the courtyard, in the building's courtyard.
masked gunman opened fire into the courtyard multiple times, sending all 8 family members to the hospital, including 21-year-old Deja, still in critical condition.
One of the victims is at Eastern Hospital. Another one is at Maimonides Medical Center. One victim at Coney Island Hospital. Someone shot two of my daughters.
As the family awaits updates from the hospital, Deja's brother Brandon says he's left wondering who pulled the trigger and why.
But if you talk to Mom Dami or Tish or Joku, Kathy Joku Hoku, they'll tell you guys their crime is down by the stats.
You see little trees out here. What will possess you to sit right there and shoot, feel me, load a gun into a crowd?
Now, police say a gunman ran down West 30th.
Yeah, you're right. You should be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it without fear. You're right about that. You're right about that. And I guarantee you, Casey, you know what I think this was? Probably a stupid argument. A Gills Nang member or whatever like that saw one of the ops and didn't think about it. Because you know how they act, right? They be like, we do it on site. We don't care whoever's out there. Broad daylight.
Street towards Surf Avenue, investigators are still working out a motive on what led to this massive shootout. In Coney Island, Aurora Folks, News South Brooklyn. And
I just wanted to make sure and see if any children got hit. I'm just glad that they didn't say that the children got hit, because when you look at that little bike, what do they call those little things? Little go-kart or whatever, electric powered go-kart or whatever like that. When you looked at that and saw all that blood on there, it makes you wonder, was that from a child? Or was that like somebody that was next to it? That was crazy, you guys. Definitely got to pray for them. Yeah, ops means opposite. Yeah, they got beef. Exactly. That's what that means. Go ahead, you guys. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up, and then we're going to pray to get more people can see stories like this. Hopefully, they can stay away from situations like this. But it doesn't even have to do with the people sometimes that are actually out of the way. Because if you think about it, all they were doing was just hanging out, barbecuing, right? Think about it. Out of nowhere, somebody saw them and wanted to do something. Can't even have a good time with your family anymore. It's really sad when you come to think about it. And you got to really, what we need to do now, have security on the perimeter before we can have a little party or an event. Just want to pray for everybody that was involved. And I want to hope that the children don't take this for as far as like in a mental state where they can't hang out, they can't have fun anymore, and it's hard for them to play. And that's another thing. How are you going to have your kid play in the playground when things like that are happening in the neighborhood? So we really have to worry about the children in these times right now, because they are the ones that have to be watched over. Amen. And they don't even care right now when it comes down to the parks. They see they got, yo, I got beef with you. Oh, well, yeah, you did this. You said this online. You said that you were smoking on whatever. And the next thing you know, whoever's in the middle of it, they don't care. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's get on over to Australia. I told you we had something for you guys. Police have arrested a woman locked up, and I don't know if she getting out. Yeah, because she did something that was crazy over here. I'm talking about, I can't even say it. What do they call it when you eat people? You know the word, right? We don't know if this is true, but come on. Let's go on over to Australia, see what's going on over here. Apparently, her son is no longer around, and they're trying to find out if something along with that, what I just said, has something to do with it. Come on, you guys, check this craziness out in Australia. You guys brought yourself up on the map, so here we go.
A community in mourning to honor the life of
A 4-year-old that lost his life.
4-year-old boy.
Seeing this happen in our own backyard is really, really hit home for everybody. Being a social worker, you see a lot of things. This is probably by far the worst thing that I've ever seen. There's so much that can be done to prevent this stuff from happening.
The body of the young boy was discovered by police during a welfare check on Saturday afternoon, triggered after his mother attended the local police station.
This is just a horrific event. The loss of any child is something that shocks an entire community.
The 31-year-old woman was charged with domestic violence murder and refused bail. According to court documents, police applied for an urgent order to collect forensic samples from the mother before charges were laid. Police sources have confirmed the investigation is examining allegations of cannibalism. The government says the Department of Communities and Justice previously received and responded to a number of reports about the family. The most recent was 18 months ago. It's now been directed to launch an independent review.
The review will examine the department's previous contact with the family, why the child was living with the mother, whether departmental decisions and actions were appropriate, and whether the department could have done more to protect this.
That's why I didn't say it, Lee. Yes, you're right. Everybody look at what Lee just wrote. That's what they said. Y'all heard it? I know Andrews heard it.
We had an ombudsman report that came out early this year that showed that around 65% of children and young people being reported at risk were not being seen by a caseworker. And that is because the caseworkers are overworked and there's not enough of them.
A call to action as a community reels from a shocking tragedy.
4 years old, you guys, 4 years old. They don't even have a picture of him up there. I want to pray for this 4-year-old that lost his life for this tragic event in Australia. And they really need to get some help out there, because they're saying that that's an overpopulation. When you got 68% of the children that can't be attended to because they don't have enough people to do the job. Got to pray for those kids out there in Australia. I'm so glad that we shine a light on this, and we really hope that they can get some more people. We really need some adults to step up and start helping out and seeing if they can get some jobs out there. Whatever it's the children's or whatever they call it, children's help, whatever it is, we need help out there. They definitely do. Want to pray for every single one of those children, and we want to get to the bottom of this case. We will be following up with it and bringing you guys as much information as we can bring you. Amen. To Australia. Let's keep on going. You guys back now. Let's get on back. We're going to bring it down, because I knew that was going to be a strong one there. So we're going in a whole different direction. Let's talk about technology. That's right. We're talking about battery saving. And anybody out there use A batteries, AA batteries, and rechargeables? This might be good for me. I have this what do they call this? This magic mouse over here. Some of them are rechargeable. They have the plugs that you put in. But if you got one of the old ones, you got to use regular batteries for these things. Thanks, Apple. You know what I mean? But if you're lucky like me, you'll go ahead and buy yourself some rechargeable energizers, you know? Or you can do this. Check this out, you guys. We got a couple of different things that we want to bring you as far as tech that you guys might be interested in. Come on, let's check it out as we unwind and download from what we just saw.
And this is just one example of something I found. So check out these batteries. You know, rechargeable batteries sound great. When you actually have to recharge them, kind of a pain. These actually have a little USB port right on top, USB-C. So you just plug the battery in, and then you can recharge them.
Now imagine that for the remote control, or instead of buying batteries, just going to get these. They last pretty decent.
That's just one of the gadgets of AA. These are AA. They also make them in AAA as well. These are from a company called Static. If there's one thing nobody likes, it is a dead phone, especially when you're traveling or out on the road. So today I've got a few small gadgets that can help keep all of your devices powered up and ready to go. On the road, it's essential to stay charged up and ready to go. But maybe you forgot your charger, your power bank, or your cable. The Scosche GoBat 5K combines all three. Fold-out wall prongs lets you plug it directly into an outlet. And a built-in USB-C cable lets you charge instantly.
A lot of you guys are traveling.
There's even a digital display, so you know exactly how much backup battery is left. It's $50. If you want something smaller, I mean much smaller, check out the 12 South Power Clip. It's a super compact emergency power bank that clips to your keys, backpack, or purse. It doesn't weigh much, so you can always carry it with you, but that small size means you won't get a full charge. Expect about 25 to 30%, or enough to pull up your boarding pass, grab an Uber, or get directions home.
Check it out, you guys. These are really handy. I got a couple myself. So when you're traveling, throw these in, charge them up, and you're straight. This one here, this is from Anchor. It has the USB, USB-C. Just plug it in. I know you guys know about them, but you're traveling, right?
It's $40. Rechargeable batteries sound good in theory, at least until you have to recharge them. But Static's USB-C rechargeable batteries make that part easy. Just plug the USB-C cable into the top of each battery and the other end into a USB-A port. Blinking lights let you know they're charging.
I like these because it saves us on the environment from buying batteries constantly with all of that lithium. I actually like this.
They come in a 4-pack in AAA or AA for $30, and they're rated for 1,200 or more recharge cycles. One pack can potentially replace thousands of disposable batteries. Finally, here's a way to carry one charger instead of an entire bag full of adapters. The Septix 100-watt travel adapter has a retractable USB-C cable, GaN technology, multiple USB ports, and a built-in power outlet. It works in more than 200 countries and costs $45. Just keep in mind, this is a plug adapter, not a voltage converter.
How long does it take to charge Boogotti? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really take. I just plug it up. But then I'm gonna tell you one thing. It holds the charge for a dumb long time. Like that big one, man. I could take that thing outside and be outside for 4 hours with that one. I could be outside for 4 hours with this one. This one is a Which one is this one? This one is it's a little older though. It's this one right here. What is this? EMIG Velda or whatever. Type C power charger. 2000 watt, 2000 mAh is on this one. And you guys know this company. If you know any company, you know Anchor. This is Anchor, ANKER. And it's got the button on there where you can press to see where the power is at on there. Plug it into the wall. And I like this one better because you can go anywhere with it, right? And it's got the two USBs on there, and you can also use it for your iPhone. It's got the iPhone thing on there too. This one has the one for the iPhone on there as well. So yeah, And a lot of times you can even use them to charge up and use them for your cameras as well. Yeah, you guys need stuff like that. Yeah, we always need it. Anchor is top quality. There you go. You can get them off of Amazon and Amazon and different places like that. I need a fast charger. Be careful with the fast charger, Keisha, because you know what I found out about the fast chargers? Anybody agree with me on this one? When it comes, I know, right? When it comes down to those fast chargers, it seems like the battery don't last that long, and you don't get that real one hundo. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when it comes down to the iPhone charger, it gives you that really good charge. But when you use an aftermarket charger, it takes a long time for you to get the charge, and it's not really giving you that strong 100%. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen to get those likes up. I told you we had a lot to get over today. I knew that you guys are traveling. We got Batty out there moving around. Winter's out there. I mean, Liberty was probably doing a lot of vacationing. I pay attention to what you guys are doing. So what do here? We conform. And not only that, it's a season of traveling. So we got to think about each other. And yes, Anchor is a really good company. I had that for like 4 years and never had a problem out of it, for real. Holds a charge for at least about 2.5 to 3 hours. It'll drain itself right to your phone. It'll definitely charge up your phone too. I know one thing, if I have a dead iPhone and I charge up and I put that Anchor in there, it'll give me 100%. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because not only we're talking about the land, we're talking about these beaches. Yeah, you thought I was gonna go there, right? I said the beaches, America's beaches. We got a follow up as well because we got other situations where shark sightings are up, and not only that, there's a spike in many encounters. So be careful, you guys. There's no one particular beach when it comes down to these shark encounters, especially now that the water is so warm now. Let's keep on moving forward, double tapping that screen and getting those likes up.
In Greenfield, police helped recover a stolen cargo valued at almost $3 million.
Oh, is that the one right? No, we can't do that. We got to do the shark sightings. Let's get to that next.
With millions of Americans flocking to the beach this holiday weekend, a deadly reminder of just how quickly conditions can turn. In Daytona Beach, Florida, authorities recovering the body of 17-year-old Amarian Anthony after he went missing in the water.
That's a follow-up from us, you guys. Remember the 17-year-old that they were looking for?
Authorities launching an extensive search using helicopters, drones, boats, and dozens of lifeguards. Investigators say Anthony and a friend were caught in a powerful rip current Friday evening. A lifeguard saw the pair struggling in the water before they disappeared. The friend was rescued, but Anthony never made it back to shore. His death coming just hours after a separate drowning claimed the life of a 60-year-old man at the same beach.
The tides are terrible. We don't want people with the lifeguards that are off duty. Please don't go out there.
The riptides are terrible. We don't want people, when the lifeguards are off duty, please don't go out there. That's what he said, word for word.
On Friday alone, lifeguards in Volusia County say they rescued nearly 200 people from the water, while farther north, a different danger in the water.
Someone came up to the lifeguard and said shark.
At New York's Jones Beach, a swimmer was bitten by a shark, forcing officials to temporarily clear the beach.
So now we got fire, we got water, we got sharks coming on the land. What else is next, y'all?
This image appears to show the victim being carried away by lifeguards and later rushed to the hospital. Just miles away, fishermen reeling in this large shark caught in the surf at Gilgo Beach. Scientists say fish migration patterns make sharks to swim closer to shore.
Schools of fish that move closer to shore are going to draw the attention of sharks. Sometimes those schools of fish will overlap with human beings.
Remember, if you're caught in a riptide, swim sideways, not straight towards the shore. Okay, Beyond, thank you.
And that could lead to a shark bite.
The marine experts stressed rip currents remain the far greater threat, urging swimmers to stay near lifeguards, heed beach warning flags, and...
That's right, you guys. Come discuss current news with real views. Let's talk about the news, the truth, and the struggles in today's economy. Welcome to Our Bottom Line. I love when she does that. Why don't y'all copy her and do that? Do everything that Liberty do.
If caught in a rip current, swim parallel to shore until you're free of the current rather than try to fight it. Stephanie?
Oh, somebody know their stuff. Who was that? Beyond. There you go, Beyond. You called it perfectly. Thank you for real good information that was backed up there.
Hey, thanks so much, Andrew.
Look at that. Wait a minute. Somebody said something really illuminated. Says, yeah, I almost died like that. God bless you, Illuminated. So glad, so glad, so glad that you guys know. Yeah. Now, he said, I did not know to swim sideways. Wow, that is why I swim in pools and go to water parks. Thank you, Liberty, no doubt. Let's keep on going, y'all. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. I told you we had a whole bunch of stuff that we was covering today, not just one thing, and we everywhere with it. I want to make sure that we had a lot going on today, and we covered a lot. Let's get on over to grill safety. You guys, I know you want to cook, and matter of fact, let me make sure and see is here. Let me make sure and see is there. I want to make sure it's there. Let me see. Yeah, we got to get on over to this, because I need you guys to calm down when it comes down to those burgers and those grills and all of that stuff. Do you guys know that those bristles on that brush are very dangerous? Do not use a steel brush or bristle brush to clean your grill. Don't do it. Also, please make sure that you don't be like Al Bundy and leave the ash inside of the grill so that you can possibly get the flavors the next time that you're cooking. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all saw that episode. Because what that can do, believe it or not, if there's ever rain and that rain gets down inside of there and you do go to light it and something happens, it's going to be a bad situation for you. Trust me, just don't do that. Clean out that grill every single time you use it and just try to follow up. And when it comes down to cleaning the grates, that's a hard one there. I'm gonna need you guys to step in and help me with that one. I don't think that those bristle brushes are the answer though. Let's get into it, you guys. What's the best way to clean a grill when it comes down to the grates? Maybe you guys can help me with that. You guys are really good with answers.
As families get ready to grill for the July 4th holiday, safety matters just as much as the delicious food that you're going to have. Grill-related accidents send more than 21,000 people to emergency rooms every year, and many of those are preventable with just a few simple habits that we can all do to stay safe. Joining us now this morning is Dr. Salil Bandari.
Okay, we got somebody with a good one, and I saw this before. I've seen the chef do it before. I didn't know what they were doing, freeze nerds. Onions, clean and season the grill. With that nice onion on there. Those metal bristles can kill you if you swallow a piece. There you go. Paper towel and oil. Isn't iron good for you? Oh, that was a good one, Brad Pitbull. Ice soak and degreaser. Be careful about the degreaser, illuminated, because you don't know if you're getting it all off of there. You don't want to be taking that in on your food. Cut an onion in half and use that. What about the gunk? We're concerned about the gunk. How do we get the gunk off of there? You guys telling me that we can get gunk off of the grill grates with an onion? You telling me that? Because if that's the deal, let me know.
Emergency medicine physician at UT Health Houston, Dr. Bandari, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's talk about the biggest mistake that people make in your ER when it comes to grilling and events like this and gatherings like this.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I mean, this is such an important topic because, as you said, 20,000 people come every year, and we want to do everything that we can to prevent it. And most of the injuries that we see are usually burn related, as you can expect. About 50% of those injuries are burn related. So keys are about how to prevent that. But in addition, we also see sometimes little bristles from those metal brushes end up getting stuck in people's throats because it actually gets into food. And also allergic reactions from wasps and bees because people have not used their grill in a while, and wasps end up kind of finding their.
Oh, we don't play around here. Who said? Turbo says, damn, bro, got a PhD in grills. Yes, let's go. I got to go back now. We're not playing. We care about each other over here. We don't just talk it. We live it.
Because it actually gets into food, and also allergic reactions from wasps and bees because people have not used their grill in a while, and wasps end up kind of finding their ways in there. So those are kind of some of the most common things that we see when it comes to grilling.
When we have gatherings like this, especially for holidays, a lot of kiddos running around.
Yeah.
What can parents do to make sure that they stay safe around the grill?
I think I always like to have a 3 feet rule when it comes to kids and pets. And make sure that they don't come within 3 feet of that grill to avoid any sort of accidental touch up of the grill or little burns on the hands and faces that can happen. Because about 1/3 of burn related injuries actually happen in children less than 5 years of age.
Y'all heard that, right? 3 feet. They got to stay 3 feet away from that grill.
Related to grilling. So something to really keep in mind, that 3 feet rule.
And so that fat buildup and the grease on those grills, those grilled fires, people trying to clean up. I know you spoke about the bristles, but what can we do to reduce some of those flare-ups as well?
Yeah, so flare-ups happen. The most common reason for flare-ups is someone who has not properly cleaned their grill.
After they used it
last time. So you really have to clean those grease trays because what happens is grease builds up. Sometimes it rains and the rain collects in those grease pans. The fat kind of lifts up at the top of it, and then when you light the grill again, all of a sudden that grease is lit on fire, and you get some sort of a flame that happens.
Great.
So you really got to keep those grills clean. If there's one piece of advice, that is the piece of advice: is keep that grill clean to avoid any sort of flare up.
And if you're tired, just get it done
Just get it
afterwards.
done
Dr.
afterwards.
Bhandari, Salil Bhandari, thank you so much with UT Health. Thanks for all those great tips.
Thank you so much.
All right, y'all, we got to keep on moving forward. You think those are good tips? It's not even the health and wellness section. It's that like part of our common sense and cleaning sections, you know? Anytime I come across information like that where I think that we're going to benefit from it, trust me, I'm going to bring it to you guys. Also, let's see if we can come up with some better cleaning solutions. Maybe today I might just go sideways and go ahead and pop something up on the, what do you call it, on the Discord about the best ways to clean a grill. Maybe we can find a doctor like himself to go a little further into it. How about we do that? Instead of just saying, no, that's not going to work, that's not going to work. How about we just give ourselves the most information as we can probably find? Because think about this, you guys. You're probably not taking it that serious, but if you cook on it, that means you're eating it. And you don't want to be eating all types of foreign matters and things that are going to hurt you, because that's going to be stuff that we're trying to stay away from. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Now, where we're gonna go with this is a freestyle over here, because I know what we did on this, but I got it, still got it. Let's keep on going. We got a Greenfield police officer, police, as they recover stolen cargo worth nearly $3 million. Now, how did this happen? I guess somebody found out that there were some materials being delivered somewhere, put in a phone call and said, hey, you need to go pick up that truck. But guess what? He didn't make it that far because the police were on his tail and they got that stuff right back to where it was supposed to be. When I say materials, I mean literal materials worth over $3 million.
In Greenfield, police helped recover stolen cargo valued at almost $3 million. Police say they stopped the semi-tractor trailer suspected of carrying the cargo on Saturday morning along I-70 near the Greenfield exit. It was stolen in Pennsylvania on Thursday. The container carried nearly 40,000 pounds of tungsten oxide powder.
Tungsten oxide powder. That's what it was carrying. Tungsten oxide powder.
They're valued at $2.8 million. It was supposed to be shipped to Mitsubishi's Materials in Japan. 31-year-old Deepak Kumar from Fresno, California.
It was supposed to be going to Japan, but he said, I got another idea for this. My question is, what the hell were you going to do with that? What were you going to do with it? Who going to buy that?
He was identified as the driver. He is suspected of using fake documents to steal the cargo. He's currently in the Hancock County Jail or prosecutor's office while they determine if he will be charged with crimes in Indiana.
All right, y'all, let's keep on going forward. Now we got a situation going forward with this Midwest family over here. This family says the landlord thought that they threw out their belongings and they said that they forgot to pay. I don't know what the hell he was going to do. Strategic placement of military bases across the world. He shouldn't be taken, never played wars. I don't know what you're talking about right there, but let's keep on going. You got, what's that? I said, oh, you're talking to each other. Okay, let's keep on going, you guys. I got it. You guys are talking to each other. Be careful when you're moving out. You know that song, Moving Out? Be careful when you're moving out. Make sure that you don't do things to get you in trouble to not possibly get your security deposit. You guys can actually do small things too, like paint, fill little holes and things like that, because the landlord actually looks at that as like a little bit of help if you know what you're doing. I actually did it myself before I moved out. Take the pictures down, fill up the holes. I can actually paint the whole place myself. This way I can secure my security deposit. You know what I'm talking about? Be careful out there, because sometimes you might be wanting to leave and the next thing you know, they say, you know what, we're keeping your security deposit. And if you got roommates and they decide to skip out, a lot of times they might forfeit your security deposit as well. So now we got another situation, keeping in the minds of landlords. We got this situation where the landlord came into these people's house and they threw everything out. I mean, they did say that they were moving, but I don't think that they were expecting them to come there and just throw out everything. Seems like a situation with the management and bad communication when it comes down to the maintenance people, where they went into these people's apartment and threw out everything and threw everything out. In New York, you can actually get 3 times what you owed back. Sometimes the person can actually get arrested too. Like if a landlord does something like that in New York or locks you out, you can actually have them arrested. That's another reason why landlords are like kind of shaky in New York, because the laws are really bad against them. They can get you for your money now when it comes to the rent, but when it comes down to the laws are really on their side.
Imagine someone going into your home, taking everything out and throwing it all away. Some of your most valuable belongings nowhere to be found. It's exactly what a Midwest City family says happened at the hands of their landlord.
Also, if you're gonna move, make sure you get all of that stuff out first. Don't take the clothes, the toys, and the TVs and all of that stuff. Get your real belongings out of there. All your files, your paperwork, your tax information. Get that stuff out of there first.
News 4's Spencer Humphrey shares the details.
Homeownership's always been the dream for Tara Jackson Stone and her husband Matthew Stone.
So we actually moved to Oklahoma 2 years ago in the hopes of building everything to buy a house.
While they saved away, they and their 3 kids lived here at the Ridge Apartments in Midwest City. The saving paid off this spring when they found their forever home. So over at the Ridge, they agreed to pay an early lease termination fee and prepaid their remaining rent through mid-July when they expected to close on their
So they all paid up, y'all, all paid up.
new house.
We closed on our house a lot quicker than we thought.
So throughout June, they moved things from the apartment to the house, little by little.
Brought all of the big stuff, the furniture and everything.
It was what Tara was working on back on June 29th.
Then I get a phone call from the apartment manager, and she's like, there seems to have been a mistake. We went ahead and trashed out your apartment.
But see, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, angels among us. If they would have left the TVs and the microwaves and stuff like that, rental insurance probably would have covered it. But they got other stuff that they left. Pictures, family heirlooms, tax information. Can't get that back through renter's insurance.
The apartment manager saying maintenance crews somehow got their apartment number mixed up with one that was supposed to be empty, and they accidentally cleared everything in their apartment and threw it into a dumpster.
Sure they did. They moved out. Yo, let's go over here and see if they done left. Oh, they probably up out of here. Yo, take that. Yo, get that. Yeah, okay.
A lot of electronics. There was still some furniture, tables and stuff. My kids' clothes were still in their bedroom. A lot of their toys. My wedding dress.
The couple had to
Now, this is when it starts to get suspect and why I brought this story up. Watch what he has laid out on the couch and where he found it at.
spend the evening digging everything out.
Tax records, defect stuff.
Miss Keisha.
Marriage licenses, all of our important birth certificates. All of these pictures were in the dumpster.
These were not in the dumpster. They were in a bag that was around the corner that was near the maintenance man's truck.
And
oh, so those shirts and those caps were around the corner next to the maintenance man's truck, conveniently in a plastic bag. What else could they see that they probably found around there, or that's not found, that they can't recover?
There were other things they couldn't find.
We have not recovered. There was a $400 Roomba vacuum, JBL speaker, Nintendo Switch games.
They went to the leasing office and spoke with the manager, recording their conversation.
Okay, I'm in 322, right? Yes.
The manager admitted to everything.
Okay, 223 move out. So I asked the maintenance go and trash 323 because they already moved out. But when I see that my number was wrong, I say no. Probably it was her mistake. It was her mistake. So again, it was her fault. And again, I apologize.
Naturally, they wanted to know how the Ridge planned to make things right.
She would roll her eyes and just basically say there was only trash in the apartment. The robot vacuum was $400. My cat.
It was just trash in the apartment.
Ooh, she said it was just trash in the apartment. Yeah.
They have pictures of the apartment, so I asked, may I see the pictures you took of my apartment?
Can I see the pictures that you received? I'm going to show you. If we have to go to the court, we can go to the court.
I'm not going to show you. If we got to go to the court, I show you there. But I'm not going to show you nothing because they gave me some of the stuff too, and I already sell it on Craigslist.
She basically kept shutting me down, saying it was just trash, but they could offer us a credit.
For this inconvenience that I can do is leave the account at zero, you don't have to pay any.
Okay, then give me
Talking about she can leave the account at zero and they don't got to pay for anything.
the $500 that I've already put toward July. And she said, no, we're gonna use that to cover the cleaning and everything.
If you're talking about, if you don't agree,
If you don't agree, we can go to the court.
we can
That's
go to
it.
court and someone can decide for us. Charge you, I'm going to charge you breaking the lease.
Ooh, if that, I'm gonna charge you with breaking the lease, and if you give and give you your money back. Wow.
They broke and entered our home, threw away all of our belongings. They broke our lease. We didn't. But we would have to pay for a broken lease for them to even begin to deposit or return anything that we paid.
We tried paying that manager a visit this week. Hello. Hi. My name is Spencer. She didn't like our cameras.
You turn up, I will more than glad to help you.
Off camera, she initially denied knowledge of the situation. Later, though, remembering and claiming the things the Stones told us were not true. When we asked her what is true, she said she had nothing more she could share.
Spencer, thank you for that report. And by the way, the corporate owner of the Ridge Apartments is a company called Vesta Realty. If that sounds familiar, it's because we've aired quite a few stories recently detailing troubles at various Vesta properties. You can find all that coverage on KFOR.com.
Yeah, you guys. So they out their stuff. They ain't getting none of that stuff back, and they didn't get their money back from their security deposit. Sad situation there. See, that's when somebody be waiting for you outside after work, like, So you got to be careful when you work at these places. You lucky it was them. Could have been somebody else. Imagine somebody else, Jawaka Tima and them. Yeah, Shawana. I bet you Shawana would have been like, oh yeah. Shawana would have been like, you ain't gonna give me my word, bitch, and dragged her right across that Waka towel. And all you would have saw was bonnets, and I'm talking about you would have known it was going down. I bet she wouldn't have said that to Jawaka Tima or Shawana. I guarantee you that. She probably has a, hey, send me the maintenance man here. I need a couple people to help. Exactly. You're going to need somebody to hold you down with Jawaka Tima and Shawana because she ain't trying to hear that you're trying to keep her money. Let's get on over to Geneva. We got a situation where a woman, 71 years old, lost her life, and her son is now in critical condition as the two were involved in a head-on crash collision where a man veered into their lane and crashed into their vehicle, killing the mother instantly. Sad situation, y'all. Let's keep on going. Or Shaquita, right?
A 71-year-old woman is dead, and her 26-year-old son is hospitalized with life-threatening injuries after a head-on crash in Geneva. Around 9 o'clock last night, a 40-year-old...
Come on, you guys. Let's get those likes up. Let's double tap that screen to get those likes up. Come on. Wake up, you guys. Let's go. I know you're still there with me. It's Tuesday. Got to get to work sooner. You're probably already there. But you know what I need you guys to do? Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And we're working on trying to get to 74,000 subscribers. All we need you guys to do is hit that subscribe button right there. And if you have not liked the video already, what are you waiting for? Double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up, guys. Let's go.
Christian Mears was driving north on South Randall Road. He then veered over the double yellow line into a southbound traffic, striking the car the mother and son were riding in. Mears faces more than a dozen charges, including driving under the influence and reckless homicide. He's currently being held in Kane County Jail, awaiting a court hearing.
Oh boy, yep. Drinking and driving. Probably right after the celebration for July the 4th, situations like that. I told you guys, and I hate it. Holidays, that's when I really get nervous, especially when it's like prime time holiday. When it's that day, that time when it's going. Have a good time and I definitely enjoy it. But you also got to worry about the other people that drank too much, going too far, behind the wheel, access to weapons, all of that stuff you got to actually worry about. Or the people that are preying on people like that. Because there are people out there that just wait around for stuff like that where they can find people vulnerable. In this situation, I want to pray for the 71-year-old mother who lost her life in this tragic event. I want to pray that the son gets a 100% recovery and that they can actually find this person guilty for the tragedy that he caused this family. We ask that today. Amen. 71 years old. Never thought that she was going to lose her life driving a car going home one night, right? Sad situation. Just keep on going, y'all. Because the son, imagine him waking up the next morning, probably in that hospital, asking about his mother, where's she at? He's 25 years old, and she's no longer alive. Terrible tragedy, you guys. Let's get on over to Philadelphia. We got crowds over at the One United Center at America's 250th celebration. A lot of celebrations were going on as well, you guys. I'm trying to break this thing up a little bit, trying to break it up.
The celebration ran way longer than planned, marking America's 250th, while most people thought they'd be asleep or were trying to sleep.
I'm surprised as many people stayed out as they did, but a good thing because
I noticed that around here. Did you guys notice that as we were actually doing a show on July the 5th, there was still music and stuff going on outside? That music kept on going on until 12 o'clock the next day. And there's a church right here. That's another thing that I've been noticing, you guys. There's no respect for our churches anymore. The churches, even the ushers were outside like looking up the block at these people. They still playing dominoes and drinking and blasting music. Craziness. That's why I'm glad that the rain came, believe it or not. Certain things like that can only be tamed by the weather. Let's keep on going.
As the One Philly Unity Concert for America became the city's biggest 4th of July event, lasting into Sunday morning.
Nearly every performer returned except Christina Aguilera, who released footage last night on Instagram of what could have been.
About what? I can't even play this. Did we say anything about what, Miss Keisha? Can't play that singing right there. Oh, matter of fact, let me let you keep rocking. Yeah, we can't play that singing right there. Did I say anything about what, Miss Keisha? All right, so as soon as she stopped, because we can't get in trouble for this.
Special 4th of July show planned, but safety always comes first.
She was planning on being at the 4th of July special, but she said safety comes first. So I'm saying to myself, what do you mean safety? Come to find out they had already predicted these storms were coming, but people came anyway. And she was like, I'm not gonna go. They wound up waiting for the storm. They went back at 12 o'clock, kept on doing the concert. The show wasn't over till like 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know if I could have hung that long, y'all.
In the end, Mother Nature decided to crash the party.
Crowds braved intense heat, then storms rolled across the region, forcing city officials to pause the concert and ask thousands to evacuate. The concert resumed just after midnight, followed by the fireworks at like 2:30 in the morning, closing out the historic celebration.
So when I woke up, I thought the house was under siege. It was so loud, it was like echoing through the streets.
Yeah, not what people expected at that time of morning. By sunrise, city crews were already breaking down the stage and cleaning up the parkway.
I definitely did. I tried to make some calls. I tried to do what I had to do, but there's nothing much that you can do when the police are overpowered as far as like calling 311. If you're talking about did I do anything about it, I tried to call 311, but there's nothing that you can do. See, the problem was on every other street they were doing fireworks, and that had the cops so busy chasing after that. And the sad part about it was when they do the fireworks, they put them right in the middle of the street. So if cars are coming by, you actually have to wait with your car as these fireworks are going so that you don't want to drive over it or do anything like that, right? And they do not care. It can be traffic. They'll stop right in the middle of the street, boom, and throw a whole big box down and fly in your window, go wherever. But the thing about it, like I said, there's not enough police and there's so many people that were doing it. So yeah, they were being handled, they were overpowered by just dealing with that. Let's keep on going, you guys, because we just got to get on over to Pennsylvania. We have a mechanic. Yeah, man, my pops was a mechanic. Lost his life after being crushed to death by a school bus in the garage. He's a school bus repairman mechanic. Lost his life doing what he does, you guys. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's get on over to Philly. Sad situation here. Sad one in Pittsburgh.
Begin out of Westmoreland County, what appears to be a tragic accident claimed the life of a mechanic in New Florence this morning.
State police say 66-year-old Barry Barker was killed while working under a school bus. KDKA Westmoreland County Bureau Chief Krista Rose has the latest on the investigation.
This was the scene outside the Lodestar Bus Line's garage in New Florence on Thursday morning, as state police tried to piece together what caused the untimely death of longtime mechanic and Ligonier resident Barry Barker.
Around 9:35 in the morning, we received a phone call from an employee at the bus garage that basically had said that they had a mechanic that was laying inside the garage that was unresponsive, and it appears that he may have had an incident where a bus drove over him.
Investigators say Barker was working on a school bus that was reportedly having brake problems. And while it's unclear exactly what happened, state police say investigators found cutting tools near Barker that appeared to have been used during the repair. Police are also trying to determine how the bus began moving, but they do know that that vehicle did in fact crush Barker before slowly rolling across 13th Street and coming to rest in a nearby yard.
It just seems like a horrific tragedy in the pure accident. From my understanding, he's been a mechanic for quite a long time, and he's been at that garage for an extended period of time. So I feel awful that we have to go and do investigations like this. Right now that there's no reason to think that this was anything other than a horrific accident.
Now, while the investigation into Barker's death is still ongoing, state police say they extend their heartfelt condolences to his family. Reporting in Greensburg, Westmoreland County, Krista Rose, KDKA TV News.
Sad situation right there. You know, I wanted to show that because that man, dedicated his time and his life to doing what? Fixing school buses, something that kids need. Work in the brakes was what he was working on. The brakes so that kids wouldn't be hurt. Sadly, he lost his life trying to repair something to save other people's lives, if you think about it. That's why we picked that story for today. Even though it was a small location and a small story, it's a big story to us because of what his job was and what the importance of safety of what he does. I want to pray for him as well as his family. All of the children that probably know him as well as all of the families that relied on that man and how many years he's been there, making sure that those buses were safe for those children to ride back and forth to school. And the sad part about it is the person that was trying to fix the bus is the one that lost his life. Nobody else got hurt, which is beautiful in the story as well. We thank God for that, but we also want to ask that the man can rest in peace, knowing that he was doing a good job for people and children. Amen. Yeah. You guys be very careful out there with those jacks, especially when you're lifting up a car and you're taking it off one wheel. Even that, because that's the part that's going to give you all the lightness in that area. You take one wheel off and you got the car up. Next thing you know, it falls in that direction. You're done. It's a bad situation right there, you guys. So be careful with all of that, with balance and stuff. And don't do things by yourself. Try to make sure that you got other mechanics around just in case, so maybe they can be there to help out. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because we got some construction now in Houston that has been halted. Anybody know where Tumble is at? Yeah, workers discover a historic cemetery. Now, I wouldn't move there if I was you, for all the tea in China. I don't know if they're going to do something with it, try to say, oh, we're going to build on top of it. But I'm not interested in no crazy stuff like that. I remember that show. What was that show? They're Here. Yeah, they built on that graveyard, that cemetery. I'm good, you guys. I'm not thinking about doing nothing like this. So let's go.
Well, what started as a demolition project in Tomball has unveiled what appears to be cemetery headstones dating back more than a century.
Now the demo's been paused as historians take a closer look at what's been found. KPRC2's Jaywan John has a story. It may look like just another construction site.
Poltergeist.
All this rubble may be a part of Tomball's history that had been hidden for generations.
Shocked. I really am. It's all Tomball and weird things like that happen.
What was discovered today?
Yes, ma'am. We received a call a little after 10. The contractor called our building official department, and the building official called me and said, hey, we might have uncovered some graves or cemetery.
Captain Brandon Patan with the Tomball Police Department tells me the headstones are inscribed with names and dates from the early 1900s.
It sounds like something like this doesn't happen a lot in Tomball.
No, it really does.
Well, people living in Tomball tell me this used to be the site of a furniture store. You can see police have now fenced off the perimeter ever since the discovery of possible headstones. And if you look closely at this one, it appears to have the word rest written on it.
Because it's supposed to say rest in peace. You mean to tell me all that furniture that people bought out of that store is now haunted? Ooh.
I think there's a lot about Tomball's history we don't know, and we should move slowly when we think we're maybe in danger of erasing it.
Just steps away from the discovery is a Tomball icon.
Pickle Man's been there forever.
For more than 30 years, the Tomball Pickle Man has watched downtown change. Now he stands next to another piece of Tomball history.
So we've been reading about it and trying to figure out what the deal is. How somebody could get out with building on top of the cemetery.
For now, the future of this property is on pause. Police say the city has pulled work permits, but the extraordinary discovery has those living in Tomball wondering what else.
Tomball's super cute. It's super historic. It's a super fun place to be.
Tomball PD will have patrol on here 24/7 for the time being. They tell me that crews from the Historical Society will also come out to assess the headstones. In Tomball,
They need to assess them and fix them and make that landmark and don't do nothing over there. I wouldn't touch that area with a 10-foot pole. That's what they need to do. Assess them, try to fix up the headstones to put them back where they belong, see if they can find a genealogist to try to go back, see if they can find some mapping back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Some of the old road maps and the old city maps, and see if they can find out what was going on there right before that. That is crazy. And I definitely want to pray for all of the souls and all of the people that were buried in the cemetery, because that's definitely desecration. You don't want to do anything like that, especially all in the name of real estate. It's not that important, and we got to have respect for the dead. Amen. Got to have respect for the dead, you guys. And talking about making lemons out of lemonade, that's one of the smartest things I've ever heard. You know, you got lemons all around, you ain't got nothing else better to do. Make some lemonade, make some lemon meringue pie. Hell, do whatever you can with the lemons. Hey, I guess in Ukraine, the birds are thinking the same thing. Because you ain't gonna believe this. Talking about making lemons out of lemonade. Check this out. We have birds that are making nests out of fiber optic wiring. This is something that they've been finding on the front lines in Ukraine. If you know anything about Ukraine, it's fiber optic lines all over the top or anywhere you got to travel to try to help with the drones and the tracking. So birds are actually finding these pieces of wire and making nests out of fiber optic wire. Talk about getting with the times.
Are these nests a sign that war between Russia and Ukraine has become too normal? CBS News reports they were found on the front line between the two nations. They're a mix of grass and fiber optic cable, which is used to communicate to drones. Scientists say they're shocked to see what the animals have created.
These nests are very unique. I've never seen nests like this before, and I've seen many bird nests. So this is something truly unique and something very special, and also something which is really telling a story.
Talk about art. I've seen so much pieces of art go for 10 million, 20 million, 40 million, 50 million. Believe it or not, to me, that's art right there.
One of the nests is reportedly on display at Kiev's War Museum. Tensions have existed between Russia and Ukraine for over a decade, but escalated when Russia invaded Ukraine in 2022. Despite the high death toll suffered by both nations, it doesn't seem like an end is in sight. And these nests are evidence that the effects of the conflict run deep and will last for a long time. For Inside Edition Digital,
Somebody said his head looked like a bird nest. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen. Let's get those likes up. We got a man that lost his life out in Hampton Beach, you guys. He got piled on the beach early on a Sunday morning. Don't know how this happened, but we're about to find out right now. Come on, you guys. Let's see what's going on Hampton Beach.
we're starting with breaking news this morning. State police say one person is dead after a shooting at Hampton Beach earlier this morning. You're taking a live look at the scene right there. Officials say this happened near P Street and Ashworth Avenue, which are currently closed. You can see the state police major crimes unit van there. It's especially a busy area, particularly this weekend during the 4th of July holiday.
However, they are emphasizing that there is no known threat to the public at this time. An autopsy is scheduled to take place later today.
Just too much going on already. Oh man, we've been everywhere. We go there, we've been there, we talked about it. War, craziness, fiber optic bird nests. Come on, y'all. Y'all know y'all not gonna hear anything about that from nowhere else but here. Let's go ahead and pray for the gentleman here in Pennsylvania who lost his life. Sad situation, you guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, sad situation right there where this man lost his life out there. Got to keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward. And that's it. No more loss of life. That's it for us. No more. What I do want to ask you guys about, what if you're fishing one day and you got a bite and it's some really strong fish, and then all of a sudden you pull it up and you've never seen a fish like this in your life? I'm talking about I'm talking about a rare fish. Would you guys, A, take a picture of it, B, take a picture of it, take it home and eat it, or would you C, take a picture of it and let it go? Let me know what you guys would do. Me, I think I'm gonna go with C. And I like the fact that this gentleman thought the same way. We're gonna get on over to the Pennsylvania Allegheny River, and we found a rare fish that was caught in the river. And what he did, I think it was pretty cool. There you go, you guys. There you go. Number C. There you go. Take a pic and let it go. There you go. I like this guy right here because he was thinking the same way that we were.
Fish, an angler reeled in an unusual catch while fishing in the Allegheny.
He caught this thing near a dam in Armstrong County, and Dave Crowley has the story.
By the way, I want to explain something to you guys right now. This is a real fisherman. He's literally fishing while he's talking to us.
Warren Thompson likes to fish in out-of-the-way places in Loch 9 on the Allegheny River, south of East Brady.
And I got to say one more thing. I guarantee you he told them, I'm not going to take you to my spot. I'm going to walk you somewhere else where we can do the video at, but I ain't going to take you to my spot. Y'all know how people are with their fishing holes and their fishing spots.
Fits the bill perfectly. The Ford City fisherman has angled for an assortment of catches over the years.
Catch catfish, smallmouth, muskies, walleyes.
But nothing like the creature he reeled
Wasn't a sturgeon.
in on Tuesday.
Thank you.
Just took off and it stayed in the water. Then when it got so far, it came up out of the water, and that's when I knew I had something different on there. And then we fought it for probably 10, 15 minutes before we got it in.
His wife took photos of his unorthodox catch, and then
when I put it on Facebook, it kind of went crazy.
The Facebook photo was picked up by the local Army Corps of Engineers, which asked followers what this thing is. Some thought it was a prehistoric monster, which, when you come down to it,
they've been around for 75 million years, they claim. So prehistoric's probably a good word for it.
Aaron already knew it was a paddlefish.
It's called the paddlefish, you guys, but look how big it is. What's up with that? They call that the Pinocchio fish. Yo, why you be lying all the time, homeboy? Maybe if you stop lying, your nose won't be so big.
Normal catch, the bottom feeder did not go for the bait. It just happened to get snagged by the hook, making it a very rare catch indeed.
Not the fish I was looking for, but it'll do.
The fisherman back into the waters from which it came.
Picture's good enough. You don't need to kill everything you get.
Clearing up a mystery that dates to prehistory at the Loch 9 Dam. I'm Dave Crawley.
I like what he said. Fishing is good enough. We don't got to kill everything that we catch. I like that. I like that. I like that. I love stories like that. Oh, wow, that's a catfish. Now I know finally I got a good look at it. Yeah, okay. If you think that's a catfish, you got a problem, Winter. If catfish don't look nothing like that, tell them, y'all, that don't look nothing like barbecue sturgeon and butter. Oh, boy, it's rich. Okay, okay. Talk to them about it. Fish kind of look part shark. It look kind of fake, right? Like they try, like a alien fish. Different for sure, right, Floyd? For real. We have a shovel-billed catfish that looks like that. Oh, okay, Winter. Catfish have whiskers. Yeah, and they got that like big wide mouth. Catfish look crazy, and they got the big whiskers coming off the side. That's what they like to have down in New Orleans. New Orleans. That's what they be having that catfish down in New Orleans. Well, guess what, you guys? You done made it. We got one more thing to get into before we get into our favorite section. But I want you guys to see this. I want to give a big shout out to some farmers that are in Monticello. They probably saved over 100,000 people's property because of their thinking and how smart they were. They saved people from a huge, huge fire by not using water, but by using farm equipment. They should be proud of themselves. I think that they deserve a week at the beach, maybe some round trip tickets, not just a thank you for this. These guys here they really helped out. These farmers used the disc plows to cut rings inside of the ground to help fight a fire. So instead of them running and trying to pour water, they couldn't do that. They took their disc rings and made a long bevel, like long trenches, so that the fire couldn't pass the trench. Check this out, you guys. And they only had seconds to think about doing this.
Son, both farmers in southeastern Utah are considered heroes tonight after jumping into action to stop a fast-moving wildfire that threatened homes and
Utah, sorry.
thousands of acres of crops. Specialist Dan Rascone has their story, and he joins us live. Dan, these farmers had hardly any time to act.
That's exactly right. They had to act very quickly as soon as they saw that smoke and flames coming towards them. They say it's not unusual for them to have fires there in their area. In fact, they have one every year, but this one, the size and how quickly it was moving was something very unusual.
I had never been in that strong of winds when we had the fire, so it was scary.
A race against time for Scott Johnson.
This was the fastest moving one that I've ever seen.
And his son Zach, when suddenly a wildfire breaks out in the fields next to the Monticello farm on Saturday afternoon.
I saw smoke start rising up over the canyon.
With only minutes to spare, Zach jumps into his tractor, hooking up disc blades and cutting a fire line.
Disc is the best implement because it can cut deep in the dry ground and get whatever residue is on top down and incorporate it into the soil where it can't burn. When those trees are burning, it's intense heat. You can feel it through the glass of the window when you're driving in a tractor.
Facing that intense heat, Zach carved a fire line about 160 feet wide, just enough to protect our 8,000 acres of wheat and possibly nearby homes from burning down.
We got to stop before it got into really where there's houses and structures and things like that.
The fire stopped just short of their crops and homes. Just another day's work for these southeastern Utah farmers.
It wasn't a heroic, I'd say. It just needed to be done. Had to be done.
Had to be done, and they were the guys that do it. They're a very humble response. Everyone out there, though, very grateful for what they did. Johnson says if they would have waited about another 15 minutes or so, they could have possibly lost their farm. Getting back to you.
I like the fact that you called that out. Devin said, when I was a wildland firefighter, that was the only thing that you can do is build a fire line. Great use of equipment, great action on their part. Remember, only you can prevent forest fires, and that comes in from Smokey the Bear. Only you can prevent forest fires. You guys remember that commercial? I come from farmer family. That was crazy, and they were smart. You guys get it. You saw how big that fire was and what they did, how many people they probably saved. Man, they need a vacation. Hell with all of that pat on the back. Vacation, beers, do whatever you got to do. Take care of them two men right there. Take care of them fellas right there. Tell me you guys don't think that they need to get more than that. There you go. And guess what, you guys? You know I'm vegan, right? We have not been talking about a lot of stuff that had to do with meat. That's not fair. Boogotti, you can't be doing that. Boogotti, come on now. Just because you don't eat meat does not mean that you can't help people out with talking about meat, because they still need the protein. And just because you find it in other places does not mean that they don't need to find it as well. So you guys, how many people here like chicken? If I could eat it, and if I could, I would eat it. So don't worry about me. How many people here like chicken? I'm black, I miss chicken, and I wish I could eat it. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down, I like chicken, but I don't eat it no more. How many people like chicken? If you love chicken, let's go. All of y'all are not vegans. Nope, let's be fair. Yes, chicken is meat. Real chickens are meat. Yes, it is. If no agreeing with me, hell with Boogotti right now. We got to talk about this protein. and about these good brands and the bad brands, and about the sodium and about how they be blah, 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 messing the chickens up. So I'm trying to make sure that people over here understand, yeah, I get what you're saying, stop eating animals. Okay, air fried only. Chicken that are quite fond of each other. Okay, I like chicken, only breast though. Yes, chicken is good. Baked chicken in the air fryer. Only I know where I came from, and you will not eat large produced chicken. Okay, chicken. Okay, yeah, so you're talking about organic, winterizing. Okay, yes, there's nothing wrong with eating chicken, and I'm not trying to set you guys up at all. Chicken wings was off the chain. I used to love them. Protein, vegetables are on the side, hormones so they grow faster. You heard about that? Okay. I like dark meat. Okay. And you know another thing I used to really like? Turkey legs. Oh my God. Woo, boy. And turkeys are very, and I'm sorry to say it, very ugly birds. But man, would I tear up a turkey leg. I used to get busy on a turkey leg. So let's be honest about it, you guys. Let's go honestly and let's say like, just because I don't eat it doesn't mean that everybody else doesn't eat chicken. And this, what's real important is this, something that you already said. That's right, real chicken brands. We're going to find out a couple of them right now. We're going to find out about 6 of them. And you probably know what brands are the #1 brands that you should buy chicken from. If you guys do buy whole chickens, part chickens, what's the #1 brands that you guys think are safe of hormones and that are actually going to be good with you? Is it Tyson's? Is it Purdue? What is it? What's the names that you guys know? Tyson's, don't eat. Someone says don't eat Tyson's. Okay, baked chicken, gobble, gobble. I want to start raising quail. It's easier and faster than chickens. Tyson's, Purdue. Okay, Purdue. They're definitely not Tyson's. See, the thing about Purdue is everybody knows their name because of Sam Purdue. We all grew up on Sam Purdue. Remember Purdue? What else? Angels Among Us says Jenny O. Okay. What else you guys got for me? Okay, let's keep on going forward. Neither Tyson nor Purdue. Well, check this out. The package of chicken breast, that chicken breast that's in your refrigerator, might be up to 15% salt water. And you paid basically, for a full chicken, but the price is for every drop of it. And the reason that they can do this comes down to a stack of labeling loopholes. So now the crazy part about it is a lot of the chickens that probably don't come from the United States, that's the one that you have to really be careful with. And the ones that you don't know their origin, what they've been fed, grass fed, or if they have been fed, byproducts, if they've been getting hormones and things like that. Now the USDA, the same agency that lets a company brag of no hormones, but on a bird, but when it's a chicken in America, it's allowed to have hormones. It's not allowed in the first place. So if you look at a label, if you look at a label and it says no hormones, it's not going to have hormones in it anyway, because in the United States, it's not supposed to have hormones in it. That's what the FDA says. But they're banking on you reading the big words like natural and things like that in order for you to go ahead and buy it. And guess what? Another thing that we found out all chickens basically have salmonella or some part of it. That's why they urge you to clean the chicken a certain way. You guys, we got to get into it today. I want you guys to know something. Let's just do it. Let's go. Somebody said free range chicken. I like that idea right there. I like that idea right there when you said the free range chicken, because that's the most the most natural that you're going to get. So what we're going to do over here today, Boogotti took the gloves off because I need to know and I want to make sure that we're paying attention to what brands are good. And you're going to be surprised because one of these brands you can find in Costco. So yes, I'm going to show you guys a good episode today of 6 chicken brands to skip and 3 that are actually, I'm scared to say this, and you guys were right, real chicken. I'll say it one more time. 6 chicken brands to skip and 3 that are actually real chicken. This is coming in from Tasted and Tested. We've been rocking with Tasted and Tested for a long time. You guys, a lot to look out for. Blah, 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 blowing up the chickens, soaking them so that they get more water in them to add more weight, to charge you more money. Did you know that the extra water and the sodium that's added to chickens got the chicken industry over $1 billion last year with just the extra water that's being added? Let's get into it. I want to show you good brands and I want to show you the ones to stay away from. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
For every drop of it. The reason they can do that comes down to a stack of labeling loopholes at the USDA.
The same agency that lets a company brag no hormones on a bird when no chicken in America is allowed to have hormones in the first place. They're banking on you reading the big words on the front and never turning the package over. And the stakes are real. In 2013, a salmonella outbreak traced to a single chicken brand sickened more than 600 people across 29 states and put nearly 4 in 10 of them in the hospital. Here's the thing. I'm going to show you 3 brands that are honest to goodness real chicken, including one you can grab at Costco. So today we're walking through 6 chicken brands and practices you should walk right past, and 3 that are actually worth your cart.
Let's go.
If you're tired of being lied to by the food industry, hit subscribe. You're going to want to share this one. So what does real chicken even mean? It's almost insulting how simple it is.
Isn't that insulting? What is real chicken? Chicken. A damn chicken, nothing added to it, just no byproducts, no hormones, no nothing. That's chicken. Let's go.
Chicken. One ingredient. No ejected solution, no salt water, no broth pumped in to fake the weight. Ideally, a bird raised without a daily dose of antibiotics and cooled with cold air instead of a tank of chlorinated water. So why does the real version cost more? Because the cheap tricks all save money. Plumping a bird with salt water adds weight you get to charge for. Chilling birds in big water tanks lets the meat soak up water you also get to charge for. And leaning on antibiotics lets a producer raise more birds faster in tighter quarters. Take those crutches away and the chicken costs more to make. And here's the part that should bother you. The word natural on chicken only describes how it was processed, not how the bird was raised.
Okay, thank you so much, Vincenta, for noticing and saying thank you for this segment, Boogotti. Did you guys hear that? The word natural. You notice how they use that natural word a lot? The same way that they use the word fragrance when they're making a product that they're trying to sell us, when it comes down to something that they want us to eat that's edible. Sometimes we get fragrance when it comes down to let's say a soap. And then we get that natural when it comes down to a byproduct that they want to add to something. Or when they say, let's just use electrolytes. Electrolytes. When they take one capful inside of a gallon and they say it has electrolytes in it, technically it has electrolytes in it. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go. Let's keep on going. Let's go.
No hormones is true of every chicken in the country, so it tells you nothing. And get this, raw chicken is legally allowed to carry salmonella because the government doesn't classify it as an illegal contaminant.
You heard that, right? Raw chicken can be classified and can have salmonella because it's not classified as contaminated. Still get a chance to clean it. You see that? That's crazy. Oh, we'll wash it, clean it, and that's why they tell you how to prepare chicken in the certain areas to have it in, because they automatically know that it normally has salmonella in it, and they don't want cross contamination. Let's keep going.
That's why a brand can be tied to an outbreak and still stay on the shelf. So before we name names, grab a package of whatever chicken you've got and turn it over. And I'll tell you the 2 things to look for in a few minutes. Skip number 6, enhanced / plump chicken.
Where's you at? Where you at? Where you at? The person that says the natural, the fake chicken. Where you at? Who called it out? Illuminated. Here we go. You was right about this part. Let's get it. This is we walking on number 6 right here. Enhanced. It's plumped. Number 6 isn't a brand that we want you to practice. It's not just one brand. It's hiding in plain sight. It's those cheap bag chickens. It's the ones that don't have a name in it. Watch out for those.
Number 6 isn't one brand. It's a practice hiding in plain sight across the value shelf and a lot of store brands.
Value ones.
It's called plumping or enhancing. Look at the package, turn it over and read the fine print near the weight. If it says enhanced or contains up to 15% chicken broth or lists a solution of water, salt, and sodium phosphates, that's the engineered substitute. Editor, confirm the exact percent solution / retained water line on the specific package shown. Circle it, hold 3+ seconds. That chemical GOP is injected straight into the meat. What you get is a bird that's heavier on the scale and saltier on the plate. The water cooks right back out, but you already paid for it by the pound.
So yeah, you got a fat bird and you get nice weight, but as soon as you cook it, the water's going right back out of it.
A serving of plump chicken can carry a few hundred extra milligrams of sodium you never asked for. If you've been buying enhanced chicken every week for a year,
A real slice of that grocery bill bought you salt water. Advocates estimate Americans hand over around $2 billion a year for the.
So now when you're buying a cheap chicken, like you want to save money, you're saving money, all right, but you don't know you're losing money because you're buying enhanced chicken. Might as well go for the good stuff. Over time, it pays off, and it's better for your body and for your digestion. And you do want to have good chicken. You want to make sure it's coming from a good farm.
The added weight. And if you thought paying for water was bold, number 5 charges you a premium for words that mean absolutely nothing.
Let's go.
Skip number 5. The 100% natural / no hormones brands are syrup. Number 5. The big labels built on the words 100% natural and no hormones. Sanderson Farms ran that natural.
Sanderson Farms. You guys are ready? We're getting into some names. They using the word natural to do other things.
Campaign for years, and plenty of others followed. Here's the real kicker. Natural on a chicken is a processing word. It means no artificial ingredients were added after the bird was slaughtered. It says nothing about antibiotics, nothing about how the bird lived,
nothing about how the antibiotics probably went into the bird, nothing about how the bird lived. Was it cage free? Was it range free? So only thing that you know was it was naturally separated. It was naturally cut up, not naturally how it was raised. Pay attention to the words on this packaging, y'all. Let's go.
Thing about quality and no hormones. Every chicken in America is hormone free by law. So a brand bragging about it is selling you a feature that every single competitor has too. What makes this particularly cynical is the price. You're paying a premium for a green sounding label, and the label is marketing wallpaper. They're banking on the word natural, doing all the work in your head. And if you thought meaningless words were the bottom, it's number 4 charges extra for a promise about animal welfare that landed it in court. Skip number 4, Purdue.
There you go, you guys. Y'all said it. Skip number 4. That's Purdue.
Number 4, Purdue. The brand with a friendly farmer in the ads and the words humanely raised on the pack. Here's the receipt. Those welfare claims did go unchallenged. Animal welfare advocates took Purdue to taste over its humanely raised labeling, and the company ended up walking some of those claims back. And on a separate front, Purdue agreed to pay $14.75 million to settle claims that it conspired with other producers to hold down what chicken farmers were paid. Editor confirmed current humanely raised label status on the specific pack shown. What you get is conventional industrial chicken with a warmer story on the front than the back and support. Look at the ingredient list and the raising claims and ask whether the premium matches the proof. If this is already saving you from a bad shot, do me a favor and hit subscribe.
Hit that subscribe, y'all. Let's go.
And if a welfare label in court sounds bad, number 3 got tied to one of the worst chicken outbreaks in modern memory and still wouldn't pull its product.
Foster Farms. They got hit with the crazy liability clause and they still wouldn't pull a product. And guess who didn't force them to pull a product? The government.
Skip number 3, Foster Farms number 3. Foster Farms. Here's the receipt, and it's a heavy one. From 2013 into 2014, Foster Farms chicken was tied to a salmonella outbreak that sickened 634 people across 29 states and Puerto Rico. 38% of them were hospitalized, about double the usual rate. And these were antibiotic-resistant strains, which is exactly what you'd worry about from heavy antibiotic use on the farm.
When you keep on using antibiotics on the chickens, it transfers. Like I told you guys before, it transfers into the meat. So now when they're trying to help you out at the doctor's office, they're like, wow, what kind of antibiotics was in what you were eating?
What makes this particularly grim is what did happen. For roughly a year, Foster Farms issued no recall. Because remember, salmonella on raw chicken is legal. Federal inspectors did temporarily shut one of its California plants over filthy conditions before the company finally pulled some product. And here's a fair bit of context. In Europe, they won't allow the chlorine rinse that American plants spray on chicken carcasses to knock down surface bacteria.
They will not allow the chlorine rinse. You know what chlorine is, right? In Europe, they will not allow the chlorine rinse. Let me ask you guys a question. How come the EU is so much more stricter than the FDA? I want to get that back a little more. I want you guys to hear them say that one more time right quick. Go ahead.
What makes this particularly grim is what did happen. For roughly a year, Foster Farms issued no recall. Because remember, salmonella on raw chicken is legal. Federal inspectors did temporarily shut one of its California plants over filthy conditions before the company finally pulled some product. And here's a fair bit of context. In Europe, They won't allow the chlorine rinse that American plants spray on chicken carcasses to knock down surface bacteria. The European Union banned that chemical washing, just not here. And if an outbreak that dragged on for a year sounds bad, number two recalled nearly 9 million pounds at once. Skip number two, Tyson, number two. Tyson, the biggest name in the aisles and a near certain resident of your freezer in some breaded form.
Oh my God. When I was younger, didn't know no better. I used to love the breaded. I used to love Tyson's barbecue nuggets, all of that stuff. Until look at this. Didn't even know. There's a Tyson plant out there in Texas too.
Here's the receipt. In July of 2021, Tyson recalled roughly 8.9 million pounds of ready-to-eat chicken. Strips, diced, fully cooked products shipped to stores, schools, hospitals, and nursing homes over listeria contamination. That outbreak was linked to one death and additional illnesses. And get this, Tyson also sat at the center of the chicken price fixing scandal.
So the same thing that they do with the eggs is the same thing that they do with the chicken, the price fixing. You guys got to realize it's not just at the store, the retail store. They're doing this at the manufacturer. So we learned yesterday about the eggs, right? Once I saw this, I'm like, wait a minute, they're doing it with the chickens too? I'm like, why not, Boogotti? What came first, the chicken or the egg, you know? So why not? If they got the same grip on the eggs, why wouldn't they have the same grip on the chickens? To get together and say, hey, we're going to monopolize the market. You're not going to pay no more than me, and we're just going to take over this. Because why? There's not a lot of chicken producers out there. They're going to make money regardless.
The company that turned corporate for the Justice Department's investigation into producers rigging the price of your chicken, and it paid out civil settlements over it. What you get on a normal day is industrial chicken from the largest operation in the country, which means everything that goes wrong at 9 million pound scale. And if a giant recall sounds like the worst of it, number one didn't get a recall.
Pilgrim's Pride. I've seen that many times. You think about it, you're like, yeah, wait a minute. I have seen Pilgrim's Pride on a label before. They're number one. Let's go.
They got a criminal conviction for fixing the price of the chicken in your cart.
Criminal conviction.
Skip number one. Pilgrim's Pride number one. Pilgrim's Pride. Here's the receipt, and it's the one that should make you angriest because it hit your wallet on purpose. In 2021, Pilgrim's Pride pleaded guilty in federal court to a criminal charge of price fixing, conspiring to suppress competition and rig bids on broiler chicken. The company paid a criminal fine of $107 million. The scheme ran for years, and it touched the price of chicken sold to grocers and restaurants all over the country. That means for a stretch of time, the chicken in your cart may have cost more than it should have, not by accident, but by agreement. This is the brand that takes the top spot, not for a bad bird, but for a court record. They didn't contaminate your chicken. They picked your pocket. All right, go to your refrigerator or freezer, grab any package of chicken and bring it back. I'll wait. Got it? Don't read the front. The front is advertising. Turn it over and do 2 quick checks. First, look for a solution statement near the weight.
Look for a solution statement. If you got a pack of chicken, you guys, come on. I know you probably ain't gonna do it, but check this out. And make sure, don't get scared about this, but this is just more label information for us to look at. We're supposed to be paying attention to ingredients. We're supposed to be paying attention to things that can harm us so that we can try to get rid of some of that stuff. So when you get some help on labels, let's just take this information in. I never even thought about this.
Accident, but by agreement. This is the brand that takes the top spot, not for a bad bird, but for a court record. They didn't contaminate your chicken. They picked your pocket. All right, go to your refrigerator or freezer, grab any package of chicken and bring it back. I'll wait. Got it? Don't read the front. The front is advertising. Turn it over and do 2 quick checks. First, look for a solution statement near the weight. If it says enhanced, marinated, contains up to 15% solution or X% retained water, you're holding a plump bird. You're paying for salt water. Real chicken says no solution added.
If it says enhanced, flavored, or anything like that, that's probably one of those fake birds that they're telling you guys about right there. Let's get back to that to do that one more time. One more time.
Grab any package of chicken and bring it back. I'll wait. Got it? Don't read the front. The front is advertising. Turn it over and do 2 quick checks. First, look for a solution statement near the weight. If it says enhanced, marinated, contains up to 15% solution, or X% retained water, you're holding a plump bird. You're paying for salt water. Real chicken says no solution added, or better yet, air chill. Second, find the hormone line. If the front brags no hormones, flip to the small print and you'll see the asterisk admitting that's true of all chicken. That asterisk is to tell that the front of the pack is selling you nothing. Good result. One ingredient, no solution, ideally air chill.
Yeah, I never look at the front of these packages either because I saw something yesterday, all natural. This is 100% juice. I turned it over, it says 100% juice from concentrate. Yeah, the back of the label going to tell you.
Berries are the percentage of added solution in a wall of feel-good words. That's an engineered substitute wearing the word chicken. Now, if you've made it this far, here's the payoff. 3 chicken brands that are actually what they say they are.
Come on, you guys. These are the 3 chicken brands that are actually what they say that they are, and I think that we can eat them. You go ahead and bust it down if you like these. I actually agree with them.
And one of them you can pick up at Costco without hunting down a specialty store. Real number 3, Kirkland Signature. Organic number 3 is the Costco one I promised you. Full honesty. This is Costco's own Kirkland Signature label, so there's no founding family to tell you about, and I'm not going to invent one. What belongs here is what's on the package and what's not. The organic seal does real work. A USDA organic chicken was raised without antibiotics, on organic feed, with outdoor access. And there's no injected saltwater solution padding the weight. Here's the proof you can verify.
Kirkland, so far, Kirkland.
The USDA organic seal, an ingredient line that reads chicken, and no % solution statement anywhere on it. What real people say, members buy it because it's the cleanest chicken in the building at
And it's crazy because I've never even heard about these chicken brands until now. And the number one, I've never heard about.
Warehouse price, not a boutique one. Where to get it? Costco, in the refrigerated meat case. Kirkland Signature Organic, big plain pack, green organic seal. Real number 2, Mary's, Pitman Family Farms. Number 2, Mary's, from Pitman Family Farms in California's Central Valley. The story starts in 1954, when Don Pittman began raising free-range turkeys and chickens. His son Rick carried it on and named the birds after his wife Mary, a woman who spent 25 years reading every label she could find after additives in her own food made her sick. Today, the 3rd generation, David and Ben Pittman, run it. Why they stayed real? They air chill their birds instead of soaking them in chlorinated water, which means no absorbed water padding the weight, and they raise without antibiotics. Doing it this way costs more, and the family decided that was the point. In 2013, Mary's became the first poultry producer verified by the Non-GMO Project. The proof on the package, air-chilled, Non-GMO Project verified, and welfare certifications you can actually look up. Mary's likes to say these are the chickens Mary would feed her own family. And here's the kicker. You can stretch a real bird further than you think. Buy one whole air-chilled chicken and break it down yourself in about 10 minutes. 2 breasts, 2 thighs, 2 legs, 2 wings, and a carcass for sale.
Okay.
You pay less per pound than the plumped parts and get several meals from one honest bird. We'll put a knife skills link in the description. Where to get it? Natural food stores and many West Coast grocers. Look for the name Mary's and the words air chill.
Mary's brown chicken, air chilled.
And if this ranking is useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the algorithm. Real number 1, Bell and Evans and number 1.
Number 1, anybody ever hear of Bell and Evans? Number 1 chicken brand, you guys, let's go.
Bell and Evans. This one I get a little excited about. It's the oldest branded chicken company in America, with roots back to 1894 in Pennsylvania. Then in 1986, a farmer named Scott Seckler, a man who started raising his own flocks at 7 years old and kept asking why the birds needed so many drugs, bought the brand and reinvented it. He told his father he'd rather not sell chickens at all than raise them the way the industry did. Why they stayed real is almost stubborn. In 1998, Bell and Evans became the first major producer in the country to raise its birds with no antibiotics, years before the rest of the industry pretended to catch up. And since 2005, it's air-chilled 100% of its birds with cold air, never a chlorinated water bath. That matters because water chilling can leave a bird carrying up to 12% of its weight in absorbed water. Air chilling adds none. The proof on the package is the cleanest in the case.
Bell and Evans, you guys, even Kirkland is good.
No antibiotics ever, 100% air chilled, one ingredient, chicken. Can check. What real people say, cooks who switch describe the difference the first time they roast one. The meat browns instead of steaming in its own released water. Where to get it? Whole Foods and a growing list of grocers nationwide in the navy and white packaging. It's the bird a lot of chefs quietly buy for themselves. Here's the one thing.
It's the bird that chefs quietly buy for themselves. Did you hear that? That's not even a pitch right there. That was a good one.
Air chilling adds none. The proof on the package is the cleanest in the case. No antibiotics ever, 100% air chilled, one ingredient, chicken. Can check. What real people say, cooks who switch describe the difference the first time they roast one. The meat browns instead of steaming in its own released water. Where to get it? Whole Foods and a growing list of grocers nationwide.
Somebody says, I have a Bell and Evans. Mary Tanner, you got one?
In the navy and white packaging. It's the bird a lot of chefs quietly buy for themselves. Here's the one thing worth remembering tonight. The front of a chicken package is a sales pitch, and the back is the truth. And real chicken is one ingredient with no solution injected and no water soaked in.
What you want to hear again? What you want to hear again? The name of the, what you want to hear again, Brad? What you want to hear? Nah, don't mess with no damn Purdue. Go get that Kirkland. What y'all talking about? Don't mess with that.
Sold and kept asking why the birds needed so many drugs. Bought the brand and reinvented it. He told his father he'd rather not sell chickens at all than raise them the way the industry did. Why they stayed real is almost stubborn. In 1998, Bell and Evans became the first major producer in the country to raise its birds with no antibiotics, years before the rest of the industry pretended to catch up. And since 2005, it's air chilled 100% of its birds with cold air, never in chlorinated water bath.
It's this one.
That matters because water chilling can leave a bird carrying up to 12% of its weight in absorbed water. Air chilling adds none. The proof on the package is the cleanest in the case. No antibiotics ever, 100% air chilled, one ingredient, chicken. Can check. What real people say, cooks who switch describe the difference the first time they roast one. The meat browns instead of steaming in its own released water. Where to get it? Whole Foods and a growing list of grocers nationwide.
Whole Foods, Bell and Evans.
In the navy and white packaging. It's the bird a lot of chefs quietly buy for themselves. Here's the one thing worth remembering tonight. The front of a chicken package is a sales pitch, and the back is the truth. And real chicken is one ingredient with no solution injected and no water soaked in. The worst of today's list is Pilgrim's Pride, which pleaded guilty to a crime and paid a $107 million fine for rigging the price of your chicken.
The worst of our batch today. Remember, you guys, stay the hell away from Pilgrim's Pride and Purdue too.
The best is Bell and Evans with no antibiotics, no added water, and a one-word ingredient line. So here's your one.
I mean, if we're going to get protein, why not get the good protein? Why not get the best? You know what I'm saying? We're going to pay a little more for the same Purdue. They're probably ripping us off for that anyway. I bet you one thing, when you guys do go find them Bell and Evans, they probably don't taste nothing like that Purdue chicken. Guarantee you they're going to taste 100% different.
One move on your next grocery run. Turn the package over before it goes in the cart. If you see it contains up to 15% solution, put it back. Next week, we're cracking open the egg carton because the words cage-free, free-range, and pasture-raised mean wildly different things, and one of them is closer to marketing than to a method. Drop the chicken brand you still trust in the comments. We're building the list together. Hit subscribe if this changed how you shop today. We'll see you in the next time.
Yeah, you got. We always got. We always have time to learn more. We always have time, especially your food. You're eating this. This more important than your safety. That's like just important as the locks on your door. You're allowing this food to go into your body. You're looking for nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. Meanwhile, they're giving us garbage, water, and sodium. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What we got over here? 6 chicken brands to skip, and 3 that are actually real chicken. I like the fact that you guys can be able to go to Costco and find the good chicken as well, because it's a fast solution to a big deal. Kirkland, you guys, believe it or not, don't sleep on Kirkland. One more time. 6 chicken brands to skip and 3 that are actually real chicken. And guess what we're gonna do? The name of this channel is called Tasted and Tested. I'm already subscribed to it. Tasted and Tested. And if you're a member of the Discord, you're going to be able to go right on over to the Our Bottom Line channel on Discord and see all of our health and wellness videos, as well as this one too. That's right, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. I hope you got a lot out of the health and wellness section for today. That's right. I hope you did, because you know we're all about health and wellness and taking care of each other. And if you guys want to send in any ideas, make sure not an idea, actually a full video, because I have to go research an idea. But if you're watching a video and you think that it's going to help us out to share information when it has something to do with health and wellness, go ahead and send it on over to us at our email address, which is bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge, this llc@gmail.com. And you guys talking about we don't got no love for the cats. I said, wait a minute, you know we got love for the kitties. I found a black cat myself one time. Didn't even know how cute they were. You ever feel the inside of a cat's paw? It's so soft when they're kittens. I like kittens too. Only thing about it, I'm a little bit allergic, so I will start scratching my eyes, and that's when it gets a little bit crazy. But that didn't say that I didn't love them. I think they're smart and agile too. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because guess what? Let's go and see what's going on with this tiny frozen kitten that grows into the biggest love bug. Check this out, you guys. Let's go. Luckily, this person found this guy outside freezing. Let's open this screen up and let's get into it. It had just rained, so Manai brought him into her car. I guess she washed him and gave him a bath. After several minutes of warming him up, it's finally coming back to life because he was freezing out there. And he was hungry. It's really hard to give up a kitten or a puppy once you do this once or twice. It's like, I got it. G-Man. She named him Chocolate after his dark hair and sweet personality. While Manai has rescued many kittens before, Chocolate was the one who stole her heart. So she decided to adopt him for good. As he continues to grow, he's turning into quite a troublemaker. That's the power of love I told you guys about. See something sick outside, don't even know if it's going to be able to live. Next thing you know, you show that, you put that love into it, that rays of sunshine of love, and look what happens. Now, Benai wouldn't want it any other way.
Some vacation fun.
There you go. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. Let's hope that this baby has a great future and that Manai keeps on doing what she does. You guys know how we do it over here. I told you we don't just like dogs and other animals. We love cats too, birds, all types of stuff, fish. Whatever it is, I'm an animal lover. So you guys, when you want to talk about animals, anything like that, I'm your guy. I could actually do a whole episode of nothing but that. Yep, I could just do nothing but episodes of, hey, look at this video I found, y'all. The whole episode of Our Bottom Line right now, all about dogs, cats, and animals. I could really do that if I wanted to, you guys, I really could. But guess what, you guys? If you guys trying to promote and get your business out there in front of almost 74,000 subscribers, all you got to do is send your promo over to us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That is Bridge, like the Brooklyn Bridge. This llc@gmail.com, and we'll put your promo up in the post notification area. And we are still working on this here. Distributors is out there acting pretty crazy, you guys. I gotta find somebody else. It seems like we're going to keep on working this out, but you know what I said to myself? I'm not going to be scared. I'm going to keep on pushing and keep on doing what we said we're going to do. We're going to keep pushing and trying to get our ideas to come to fruition as well. So yes, we're still going to keep on pushing. And Jordan Dowdy, thank you so much. We are going to still be working on the Show Your talent search. That's the talent search that we're going to be doing in Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island once we lock in this new deal. That's right, you guys. Myself, I'm going to be your host. And what we're going to do is give away $250, boom, to whoever the winners are. And it's going to be 6 different locations, 6 different people: Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island, plus 1 person from here. And if you win, boom, you get $250. After we get everybody together, we're gonna let you guys compete for the $1,000 grand prize, sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And yes, your boy Boogotti NYC will be hosting, along with my DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. That's right, you guys. And if you want to be a part of this talent show, again, head on over to the website www.drinkbigdrip.com. Put your email address in the post notification area, and we will keep you updated on where we're going to be at. You guys, today, Tuesday, fantastic day to get out there. If it's raining, so what? Still get some air. Get out there, get some energy flowing. Remember, you still need to get that 10-minute walk, probably before you go to bed or probably when you wake up in the morning, in order to get those neural paths to keep on growing. We work over here and we keep on remembering things, you guys. You know, when you work out, it does help your brain grow, and you can help your brain grow. So don't give up on it, you guys. And hopefully you guys got a lot out of today's health and wellness section, because not only do we talk about, affirmations, we do a little bit of work, and I also want to make sure that the foods that you guys are eating are decent for you and you're getting the best of what you can get. Also, I want to give you information for the brands that are being marketed to us, that are being told that it's actually good for us. And that's another way to be able to fight back against all of these companies. Because again, you guys, whether it's chicken, bread, whether it's, I don't care what it is, it seems like every single part of our food chain now is being tampered with and changed to a product. They don't care about the food anymore with the nutrients and the vitamins. It's all about a product, it's about the shelf life, and it's about making money. That's why we have to keep up on what we're doing over here at Our Bottom Line, bringing you guys the best that we can to fight that with the health and wellness section. That's right, you guys. And if you got any ideas, send them on over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'll make sure that we put them up in the videos after I do my research on them. So check out the videos that you guys like. If it's a good topic, go ahead and send it to me. You can send it to me at the Discord as well as the email address. This way, once we check it out, I'll go ahead and put it up. Ask Money Tree. We've probably played about 5 of Money Tree's suggestions so far. Money Tree is actually really good when it comes down to the health and wellness section. Also, you guys, check this out. You know what tomorrow is? Wednesday, hump day. We're going to do it all over again. All over again, starting at 6 o'clock in the morning. But we can't get out of here without doing what? We got to get those prayers in the air. We got to get those prayers in the air today. And I know what I'm praying for today. Along with praying for people's health and with their wellness and with their safety, I want to pray for the floods. I want to pray for the natural disasters that's going on. I want to pray to our Father God, heaven above, to please watch over us as we go out there into the world today. Also, watch out for our children as well as our family and our animals. You guys, we got a lot of rain going on in different places, a lot of flooding. But you know what? As long as we're here to stay and keep on fighting another day, that's another day to be blessed. Yes, and we pray for everybody we lost over the weekend, everybody we lost in these crazy tragedies and these fires. I'd like to thank you guys for coming today to see our show, and I really hope that you really got a lot out of it. I want to pray for your health. I want to pray for your wellness as well as mine. I want to pray for me as well. I want to pray for your family as well as your animals. Who we're praying for right now? Winter Rising. Can't forget about liberty and justice. Miss Swanza. Who else we got in the building right now? Vincenta, praying for you, Colessive. Can't forget about, we got to pray for my brother Teddy Marcel as well. Praying for Guy and Elsa. Who else is in here? We got, who's that right there? Mary Tanner. How you doing, Mary Tanner? Can't forget about Miss Keisha. Can't forget about Colessive, Guy and Elsa, Winter Rising, Angels Among Us. Can't forget about liberty and justice. Can't forget about Luigi. Also can't forget about Terry, Sam Champion, Casey Ramos. Can't forget about you, brother. Sam Champion, I already said that. Luigi, 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. Can't forget about about you as well. Beyond Ether, Guy and Elsa, said Colessive as well. Miss Swanza, Liberty and Justice. Myself, Boogotti NYC. Amen. And you guys, like I said, tomorrow, Wednesday, hump day, we're going to be right back here to do it all over again with trending topics, current events, and another episode of the health and wellness section. I hope that you guys got a lot out of that. I said to myself, you know what? It's only chicken, but you know what? Half the world eats chicken, if not more. So you know what? Again, hopefully a lot of people got enough out of the health and wellness section. What was it again? Bell and Ed, and Bell, another Bell, Kirkland's, and I think the last one, I forgot the name of it. I'm so sorry, you guys, but Kirkland's, Costco. Costco was the last one. Costco was the last one. Make sure that you guys are eating good out there. If you find any good things that we need to be eating, share it with us at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. And you guys, that's right. That's the end of the show. Until tomorrow, Wednesday, hump day. I'll see you guys then. What do I always say? Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me today, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, 6 o'clock in the morning, get 'em.